Saturday night.
Sunday afternoon, but whatever. Same difference, right? I worked out muscles yesterday during my circuit training that I don't normally work out, and so I am feeling it today.
That's
so just
funny.
doing this made me go,
Get rigged.
oof.
Don't worry. You know who believes in you?
Kamina.
No. Van Gogh.
I was so excited when Nikki showed up. She had just put together the and it's probably the one you have too, the Silent Night.
Starry Night?
Starry Night, that's what I meant. Starry Night, yeah. The Starry Night. Silent Night is a Christmas song. The Starry Night. I know my Van Gogh.
Are you sure?
I do know my Van Gogh. I love impressionism. But anyway, the Starry Night thing, Lego thing, and it didn't occur to me when I first saw her post, like, I got this for my birthday, because her birthday is today.
Mhm.
And she's like, I got this for my birthday. And didn't even click in my brain until she showed when she had put it together with the Van Gogh, like, coming out of the thing and standing on it. And I was like, oh my God, Van Gogh!
Van Gogh.
I almost said something, but I don't think, because she would have interacted if she'd come to any of our live streams, I don't think she gets the inside joke. And she'd just be like, what? And then I'd have to explain it to her, and then she'd think it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah.
Don't want to explain a joke, though.
Yeah, it's no fun to explain the joke. She has to know the joke in order for it to be funny.
Exactly.
I should probably do something with my ring light.
Abracadabra.
Ah! That might be... No. That might be a bit much. Putting the ring light where it's supposed to be.
Illegal.
Yeah. Do we hate it? I don't know. I should have figured it out before we started the live.
It's fine. We're doing it live.
I at least remembered to fill my water.
I have a Dr. Pepper.
Oh.
I love how I'm slowly collecting like things that are like composition notebook themed.
Mm-hmm.
So I got this, and then my Kindle has a composition cover.
That's cute.
It's funny. I like it. It's fun.
A YouTuber I watch recently did this thing where she just got like a bunch of like bookish stickers, and then instead of putting them on her Kindle directly, she put them on like a clear
case,
and so she can just switch it out. And I'm like, that's genius. That's genius.
Very big smart. That's big brain moves. It is genius. I've seen that too. Like people have like a clear case and then they put their stickers on it. I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah. And I guess it doesn't even technically have to be a clear case unless you just decide to put the stickers somehow. If you do like front sticking stickers and you put them on the inside.
Yeah.
Because you could just do any case.
You could. I think the clear ones are the cheapest, maybe. And that's
maybe.
Those in like usually like the black ones or the white ones.
I want to get myself a Kindle. I just haven't yet.
I have mine and I don't use it anymore because now there's a Kindle app.
Yeah, but that's the problem is I don't want to look at something this small all the time. And I also don't want to look at, because I already spend most of my day looking at a screen. The last thing I want to do is look at a lit screen.
Yeah, because like my Kindle's not a backlit one because it's one of the older ones. So I've got like a little light. Got like
I might need to sneeze, but it went away.
Gesundheit.
Yeah, and that's what I want to get. I want to get one of the ones that's not backlit. I think they're called Paperwhites. I think the Paperwhites are the ones that are not backlit.
I think that's what I've got.
Yeah, and so I want to get one of those. I just haven't yet. But turns out apparently they can read to you.
I haven't tried it, but I think the newer ones can.
I'm guessing if anything, it's like the Microsoft voice that's very mechanical.
I think so. I don't know. Let's find out. I assume it does it on the app.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say, at the very least, if I end up not doing a Kindle, I can at least get the app and just turn any ebook into an audiobook, you know?
Let me
It might not be a normal audiobook, but like
let
that's
me
fine. I listen to those at 2 times speed because they talk like this.
see, and I can't
handle that.
I have to have it at the normal speed because I just cannot focus otherwise. I have to find a appropriate book to test this with.
You can handle when people talk this slowly?
No, but the
There's a reason I talk fast. It's because that's how fast my brain works. Sometimes my brain works even faster, and I start to stumble over my dang words.
Maybe it doesn't, or maybe that book just doesn't. I have to be careful with which book I select to do this with.
That's what's so funny in the unwritten rules of jamming together. I have it written into the book that Charlie enjoys dark romance, and at one point Ethan steals her ebook and is like, "What are you reading?" And looks and he goes, "He put his what in her where?"
Oh, I love that.
And or I don't remember the exact wording, but it just made me cackle. My own writing made me cackle out loud because I was just like, that is so perfect.
So good.
And then he just announces basically to the entire like band in the RV that she reads smut.
Oh, I think it's
that's right. It was something more the line of like, "Ooh, I bet her likes that." Or something like that, I think is what it actually is. I don't know. It was a while ago.
Oh,
it was
funny.
before he put his something in her something.
Okay, I think it's just I don't know if this will translate. It probably won't translate. It's like read and listen with Audible. So I think it like you can seamlessly move from audiobook to your Kindle wherever you're at. I think that's what it means.
I don't know.
I don't know. My Kindle's too far away. Otherwise, I'd go grab it. It's probably also dead. I forget about it sometimes. I could check.
Does Kindle have a read out loud feature?
Yes. Kindle devices offer a read aloud feature.
I don't love the new like AI voice thing that they're doing. It jars me every time it starts.
Yeah.
How to use the assistive reader in Kindle apps. Built-in audio controls. So it's called assistive reader. Which I like because, you know,
it reads you. Blind
people exist and they get to read, and people with dyslexia like myself who don't like to look at words or like to look at words but like to listen to words at the same time so that it's easier for me to process what's happening.
How to get
it's coming again? Oh, it's gone again. Oh my God, just sneeze.
You can share your progress? This is weird. What is this? This is silly. Hilarious.
I just want to sneeze. I'm renaming this live stream to Britt just wants to sneeze. Also, I didn't put on my rosacea medication today, so my rosacea is like, well, it's not bad, it doesn't hurt, but like, I'm just a little redder than normal.
It's fine.
Totally forgot to put on my rosacea medication today, which happened.
Whoops.
Because it's so ingrained in a certain aspect of how I get ready in the morning, and Sundays are kind of a day that I get ready in a very different way at a very different time because the one day I don't have to get up and work out. And so I don't have to work out any day. I just do. But
you do because you want to.
Sunday is my rest day. Is what I need to say. It's also why my hair is pulled back. This is how I woke up. I haven't even taken my hair out of the braid that I sleep in.
My hair is actually behaving. It's doing the thing that I wanted it to do, and I love it for it.
No. Got my hair trimmed yesterday. So
Ooh,
at least my
fancy.
bangs are not a mess anymore. Koosh, stronger than a moose.
Had a sudden urge to throw this at the webcam.
I mean, here's the thing. At least Microsoft Read Aloud is not that mechanical of a sound, which is nice. I think it used to be, but they've definitely gotten better at their Read Aloud feature, which saved me during my second draft.
I think it would be kind of fun to have a robot voice read to you.
I think you can. I think you can pick that voice because you can pick different voices in Microsoft's Read Aloud.
Robot voice. See, I don't have Microsoft Office though.
Yeah. And honestly, it's how I do my second drafts because it's so nice to like listen while I'm reading along with my book because one, I'm dyslexic and two, it helps me pick out where things sound really weird because then I can be like, oh, I used the wrong word there.
Right? Or no, that sentence does not sentence like I thought it sentenced.
Right. Like, wait, what was I going for here? Because I do not know.
Red marker.
Wow. It's amazing that a teacher in high school thought I plagiarized a story because I'm terrible at writing. That story time is still available on my channel if anybody is curious. But yeah, teacher when I was a senior in high school accused me of plagiarism because my writing was too good to be a high school student's.
That's stupid.
Yeah. To be fair, I did use names from a TV show that I used to watch in the 90s, but that's it. And he's like, well, I found those characters online. I was like, okay.
You're like, yeah, you
point.
did.
It's still an original story. I just used names that I liked from a TV show. Oh no.
Oh no. How could we?
I mean, at the time, all I really wrote was fan fiction. I didn't write anything. I mean, I was starting to write at that point, starting to write the So-Called Chronicles and starting to write whatever the fantasy is going to become. I'm retooling it, I think, to be sci-fi.
Ooh.
Yeah. The fantasy, which makes me sad because then that means that the thing that I wrote for The Thing We Don't Talk About a couple years ago, where I took that old story. I mean, I guess we can now because they defunct. So I guess we can actually say the name now because we're not promoting something that still exists. It went away. If you didn't know, NaNoWriMo went away. They're going away or went away. I'm not sure if they're gone yet.
It's like so the like website organization is shutting down, I think is what it is. So and it's like, well, yeah, because you were trying to make it for profit when it wasn't supposed to be for profit. So you dug yourself in that.
Well, they made it unsafe for kids. They were utilizing AI in ways that are very, very questionable. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't good. It just wasn't good. Wasn't good.
No, it was no longer the organization we knew and loved.
No, because the new leader of it decided, to your point, to make profit off of a nonprofit organization. That's literally not how it works.
Nope.
I used to work for a nonprofit organization. It's not how it works.
Like it's non-profit, not for profit.
I mean, you can absolutely make profit in the sense of you can make a paycheck, sure, and people should make paychecks when they are working. But that being said, he was trying to do things that I well, there are a lot of things that I criticize PETA for, but that's one of the things I criticize PETA for. It should not be a nonprofit organization.
Nope.
Nor should a lot of mega churches. Or church in general for the most part, but especially mega churches.
Right? They are very clearly.
Yeah. If your pastor, Joel Osteen, can live in a multi-million-dollar mansion, your mega church is not nonprofit.
My favorite is back when I did go to church. The pastor and his wife had kids, and they were like around the age to drive. So the son had a BMW, wrecked the BMW, got a new BMW. I'm like, that's cool. Okay.
There was a girl that I went to high school with, and she got a brand new car when she was 16. And yeah, she got into a fender bender, and so they sold off her brand new car and bought her a new one. I was like, man, even if my family still had money at that point, I really don't think, because we had a lot of money in the 90s, and then 2000 set in, and the candle industry kind of bottomed out, and we didn't have money by the time I was a senior in high school. Well, this I guess was when I was 16, but still. But yeah, I was like, I don't think they would have.
That's what they say. That's what they say.
This just made my whole day.
At first, I made a face, and then I saw the emojis, and I was like, okay.
With God, anything's possible. Money bags.
Money bag.
No, oh shoot, what was I even saying? I don't remember. Oh, but even if my family still had money at that point, my dad was like, no. My plan was always to get you like a gross beat up lemon when you were 16 because of just that. You're a terrible driver when you first start driving.
Right?
Like,
You're
there's
still
no way I'm putting you behind the wheel of a $40,000 vehicle.
Right? Like, I drove a clunky van that could barely accelerate. Like, that was my first vehicle.
Technically mine was a Mercury Sable, a 1980 something Mercury Sable. But my dad hit a deer with it before I even turned 16. So I never actually drove it, but the intention was for me. It was a Mercury Sable. It was what's the word I'm looking for? A station wagon. And I was so excited. I was going to have assigned seats for all of my friends, including that back row that faced backwards. I had assigned seating for all of my friends. I was so excited. And then my dad got into an accident with a deer and destroyed my car. So then actually my first car was a 1989. It was a 1989 Cadillac Seville. I think it was a Seville. I named him Senor Azul because I was learning Spanish in high school. And he was blue exterior and blue interior, and which is my favorite color if you don't know. And he was my favorite thing for the longest time. He did not have any heat, and in Minnesota during the winter, it's
kind of important.
It's rough. It's not easy. And then I had to give him away when his transmission went out. Because unlike people, cars don't live forever. I mean, I guess people don't either, but people live longer, I guess. I don't know. Because I'm older than 1989 and I'm still here. So, anyway, then I started driving my sister's old 1999 Grand Am. So I jumped up 10 years.
Nice.
Now I drive a 2013 Kia Soul.
Because I think mine were it was a 90s GMC Safari. So it was like a big clunky van. You hit the curb wrong, you were going to fall over if you didn't watch out.
Yeah, those were really top heavy.
Well, it's one of those cube ones. So it wasn't very stable. So you just kind of had to be careful with it. And then the next one was a 2001 Oldsmobile van. And then I had the 2003 Toyota van. And then I jumped up to a 2013. And now I've got a 2021. So,
yeah. I'm going to hold on to my Kia Soul for a while because one of my favorite things is my favorite mechanic at the place I get my oil changed at. Whenever he tells me I need to get a new air filter put into my car, he slams it, the dirty one, on the counter and says, "Britt, you've got a dirty soul."
That's great. I love that.
So, because I'm not going to get another Kia Soul, but Whenever I do need a new vehicle, I will not get another Kia Soul. I love my Soul, but I do not like the redesign. I don't like the way they look anymore.
Fair.
So
I don't know when, if ever, I will get rid of mine because it's a pretty blue car and I like it.
Yeah. If I get a new vehicle, I'm going to get probably a Toyota Corolla Cross.
Those are cool.
Yeah, which basically is like what I have right now, just less boxy.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's still a compact, but it looks like an SUV.
I like them. I've seen them.
Okay, was there a wizard painted on the side? Please say yes.
On the clunky van? No, sadly. There was no. It had racing stripes on the side, though. It could not go like a race car, but it had little stripes on the side. I am disappointed it never had a wizard painted on the side. I'll just get like a little wizard sticker and put it on my current car.
You should. It should be no one's surprise that I have a dog mom magnet on the back of mine.
It'll be Gandalf on the back, and it'll say, "You shall not pass."
There you go. That'll work. That's perfect. Perfect. I'm sure you can find that either as a bumper sticker or you like what I prefer because I like to take things with me and I don't like sticking things to things permanently. Get a car magnet that says that.
I thought about that. It would be fun. I think it'd be hilarious.
Especially if you want to keep it for like serious long term, like until it like you want to drive it into the ground basically.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm gonna do with the Kia Soul. Well, that's not true. Once it starts to nickel and dime me, that's when I'm gonna be like, I may as well be paying for a car payment instead of possibly $2,000 in fixing you.
Yep.
So
new car time. Woo.
Okay, we're 22 minutes into this. We should probably actually start the introductions because we've had our 20 minutes of fun nonsense. I don't know why I want to be holding the microphone recently, but I just want to hold the microphone, I guess.
I used to enjoy doing that. I think it's just because it keeps your hand busy, so you can just be like, da, da, da. But then I would get distracted and move it like.
Yeah, I do have ADHD, so it is very possible that I just need something in my hand to like be fidgeting with it.
My desk.
And I have put, what's the word I'm looking for? Packed so many things away that I don't have anything at my desk anymore. Well, I have this. I have my lotion.
Would you like a cute duck?
I mean, I still say your gay duck wanted to come home with me and you didn't let it. So
he did, 100%. He
wanted to come home with me in the worst way.
He was like, "Get me
out." It was a year ago already.
It's wild to think.
I know. Like, because it was the 8th.
Mm-hmm.
The eclipse was on the 8th. And I went home on the 10th.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
Crazy. Right.
It doesn't feel like it was a year ago.
It feels like a couple of months ago.
I know. It's so weird. Anyway.
Time is weird.
But that vision of the eclipse still is in my brain.
It's so cool. That was so cool.
I have never seen something like that before. Like pictures and video don't do it justice. I mean, obviously my video didn't do it justice because I didn't have the right lens on it. But
you tried.
I tried. But like if you look at like a high resolution video of it, still doesn't do it the same justice. Pictures don't do it the same justice. Like seeing an eclipse in real life, that was the coolest thing.
It was so cool
I have ever seen in my life. Okay. Introductions. Hello, everyone. My name is Britt. I can't move my arms much today.
I'll move my arms.
I worked out a muscle group that I don't normally work out, and I was reminded I don't work them out very much. So I decided to do that yesterday, and now I'm paying for it.
Pain.
So yeah, anyway, hello. I am Britt. I am a contemporary romance author who is also looking into doing some dark romance eventually, and also a romantic thriller, but we're gonna not talk about that today. Well, kind of, as you can see from the title of this live stream. We are very much distracted by new shiny ideas. But anyway, My debut novel, Deepwater, right here, is available anywhere books are sold, really, except for Target, but that's okay. We're boycotting Target, so anyway, but yeah, that's my book. It is it's two love stories in one. Basically, the two characters here in the middle are our two main characters, and they both fall in love with people instead of each other. So, because it's like fake dating, just not. I mean, they are fake dating. My sister just texted me. It looks important, so hold that thought. Okay, you can introduce yourself.
I can introduce me. Hello, everybody. I'm Kay. Hi. Why did I don't know why I did that. Hello. I don't have anything published, so I can't flaunt anything. So endure this duck while I talk about me. Quack, quack. So yeah, I'm currently writing a dark romance fantasy series that has become a monster of a series. It started off as one book, and then there was another book, and then I decided, hey, let's interconnect these books. And then I just kept going, and now we're at 11 books.
Yeah. We'll answer that in a second. Kay has thoughts.
Oh my god.
Anyway, sorry to just finish up. We're leaving for Colorado soon. I'm not gonna say when, but we're leaving for Colorado soon, me and my sister.
Yesterday.
And so
Yesterday, right?
Yesterday. Yeah, I'm actually in Colorado, can't you tell? Actually, this is a green screen to make it look like I'm at home. But no, I'm leaving for Colorado soon with my sister, and so she was texting me some stuff about the fact that it's gonna snow there. We're gonna be up in the mountains, so it makes sense. Anyway, she keeps texting me. Anyway,
no more text. Pause.
So it pops up on my computer too. Anyway, currently I'm working on a five book series. Last month it was a 4-book series.
I think that's so funny. Like, it's the same day we were both like, yeah, we're adding an extra book.
Yeah, because I think you were the one who said it first. I was like, funny story.
Hee-haw.
I came up with this great idea, and I was like, wait. Okay, the one I'm working on is still the second book of the series. The one that I'm implanting into the series is now going to be the third book, which actually happens over the course of this book. And so, like, there's going to be just this big, like, WTF moment at the end of this book of like, wait, what? And then we're like, okay, back up. And then you're supposed to jump in to the third book, which happens. It's not happening yet, but it's going to happen over the course of this book. So anyway,
but it means that I have to wait another book.
Yeah, because yours is the last book.
Grumpy.
Your favorite is the last book.
It's the punishment for what I'm doing to my own readers.
You do realize you're going to get that book before pretty much any other person, though, because you're going to be my sensitivity reader, right?
Yay!
I just got to figure out how to get it to you. Like, do I have to save it as a PDF and you have to read it via PDF? Because if I send it as a Word doc, you're not going to be able to open it.
I've got software that is basically like the free version of Microsoft Office. It's called
and it can take a docx file. Okay.
Yeah. It's what is it? Open Office software or something? I don't remember what it's called.
Maybe that's got the read aloud feature. Have you looked?
I have not. Do I have it on this computer? Let's find out. Beep boop boop. Where are you?
Also, I am trying to sneeze. And it's not coming. This is my life today. I'm a mess. My dog is muddy because he went playing in a pond, which is why he is napping in his crate right now.
That is so funny.
My non-adrenalitis is making me crazy because I want to sneeze and I can't. So.
Where is...
And I have anxiety.
Anxiety.
I'm fine.
Keep on watching me. My
Not. Get me copyright striked.
I haven't gotten you copyright struck yet. I think we're fine. I've done Disney
Not
songs
that I
before.
can monetize these because I can't yet, but like still, I want to be able to have the chance. Oh my God, Melissa, calm down. She's very excited about this trip.
Aw.
I'm excited about this trip. I love mountains. Vlog will come as soon as we're back. Not as soon as we're back, but whenever I edit it. As soon as we're back. Because considering how long it took me to edit my last vlog, the one that I just posted on Thursday, 2 months. It's fine.
Hey, you know what? It's better than me.
You still haven't finished filming a video that you started filming, like, what, 3 years ago?
Oh, I think it's more than that. Oh my gosh. It's been...
Yeah, it was so funny because when I went to finally edit that vlog, I was like, when was this? And so I had to go back on my social media and look. And I was like, it was not Valentine's Day. And I went, oh God, it was Valentine's Day.
Oops. Hello, hi. File Explorer is exploding.
Don't do that.
Just wanted to look at a thing. Gosh.
What were my goals? I don't even remember. While you're doing that, I'm gonna look at my goals because I don't remember. Oh my God, it does. It still says all 4 books. That poor series.
2019.
Was when you started filming that video?
The tag video? Yeah.
Oh my God, that's 6 years. That was the year
No.
Nova was born.
Wait, no, that's the wrong thing. Hold on. Where is the other? Where is the... No, because that's an anime tag. The thing that you sent me isn't an anime tag. It was something else.
Yeah, it was like the 160 questions for a first date or whatever. I don't remember the tag anymore. Which is funny. I didn't wait for people to tag me. I just did shit.
Where is the... Oh, I have misplaced... Where is... I've lost the files. Where did they go?
Me when I tried to start my second draft of Where the Vinyl Ends. Do you remember that? Do you remember that meltdown?
Yes.
You remember OneDrive?
Stupid OneDrive hiding it from you. Okay, oof. I found it before, and it was in a weird spot. Where?
This live stream brought to you by U-Haul. Not really. But
I feel like I should be the one sponsored by U-Haul.
It should.
Because, you know, stereotypes.
You have to find a girlfriend first. Well, not really. You just have to find a first date that wants to have a second date.
And then the third date is U-Haul.
And then it's U-Haul.
I'll haul something.
It's so funny. I didn't realize that was a stereotype. I was out with my friend because I have a friend that started dating this woman, and they basically started moving in together pretty much right away. And I was like, just seems so early. And my other friend who has dated women in the past, she's like, not early. They're actually pretty late on this. I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, don't you know the stereotype? And I was like, no. And then my therapist, who is also sapphic, she goes, she was talking about it at one point too. She's like, well, you know my type. First date, flowers, second date, U-Haul. And I was like, oh my God, it's a thing? Like, yes.
It is a thing. It's so funny.
To be fair, we were talking about dating. She wasn't just bringing up her personal life just for the fact of bringing it up. My therapist is fantastic.
I think I found it because it was 160 questions, right?
Something like that, yeah.
I did one video. I did question one.
You're going to do one a day, I thought.
I was going to do one a day, and it would have been cool because then you would have seen like the progress like of 160 days. But no, now you get a gap because this thing was done in 2020. I could have swore.
Slightly better than 2019, at least.
Yeah. I could have swore that I had more done. I thought I had at least 3 more done. Good thing I bookmarked the page.
Yeah, I've heard that that's also a stereotype.
It is. What's funny is without realizing it, I use them.
Well, I use them in retail management because it was a lot easier than using a lanyard to carry around my keys. Because because when you work in the pet retail industry, you have keys upon keys to open up all the different habitats and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I wore one too, and I never realized that was a stereotype. I don't anymore. I don't need it, but
my work keys have a lanyard. Do I use the lanyard? No, I use the carabiner.
I wonder that sometimes too.
Probably not, because it's one of those things where, yeah, it is, but nobody fully like 100% suspects you to be. So, because there's also like, depending upon where you put it, shows whether you're top or a bottom, and nobody really follows that. Which is why I jokingly told you, hey, whenever I go to work, it's funny because I've got one on one side, one on the other.
I always use my non-dominant hand to put them on, so they're on the left. I don't know what that meant for me if I was.
Your top.
That tracks. Not gonna say why I know that, but sure.
Oh gosh.
Okay, we should probably finally answer this. Okay, go ahead, go for it. Everyone get ready. They are about to step on their soapbox. They are about to rant or rave. I'm not going to spoil how they felt about the Minecraft movie. I'm just saying they are about to take the floor. Wait, I've got an even better idea here. Take the floor.
All right, y'all. Okay, so starting point, working the Minecraft movie sucked. It was awful. People were so watching it though. Okay, so I'll be nice. We'll be nice. We'll be nice. We'll be nice. We'll be nice. Okay. There are funny bits in this movie. There are entertaining bits. It is a kids movie. It is not a family movie. It is not a movie for like adults and kids. It is for the children. It is a movie for the children. Therefore, there's stupid, pointless stuff. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't follow everything Minecraft. They could have done it better. There could have been other storylines. There were things in there that was like, that's not what happens in the game. What is going on? I almost walked out. I didn't walk out. I did not walk out. I almost walked out though, because there's a scene in there and I'm just going the whole entire time. I'm just going. And the Jennifer Coolidge stuff, that was dumb. We didn't need a romance subplot. It was funny though when they did the voice reveal for the villager though. That was kind of funny. I did giggle at that. So there are funny bits. If you go in with your expectations on the ground, knowing that it is a kids movie, knowing that it doesn't completely and totally follow the Minecraft lore, you'll be fine. You'll have a good time.
And then that made me even more worried about the Sims movie.
It did, yeah. But I have I will say the props for the Minecraft movie were really cool. Like the stuff that they did for the design of the set, that was really cool. So there is little silver linings in this movie, but I am not going to buy the really cool 4K steelbook like I thought I would because this movie just made me grumpy.
Yeah, I mean, I get that they're not going to make an entire movie where a bunch of people are just speaking Simlish, but so I have to understand that that's not going to be the case, but at least the wording should all be in Simlish, and the movie should absolutely be about Bella Goth's disappearance.
I hope they do the Sims movie well. Because, like, they did the Mario movie really well. That was really fun. I was worried about that. It turned out good. There's going to be a sequel. The Sonic movies, love them. They're hilarious and great and perfect, and I love them.
I haven't watched Sonic movies or the Mario movie.
The Mario movie is fun and entertaining. The Sonic movies are a more family movie, so everybody can enjoy it. They're really fun. I like him.
All I know is that Knuckles eventually does show up, and Knuckles is my favorite character.
He does. I don't remember if he's in the second movie or the first.
He has a
one.
whole series on Paramount Plus, I think.
He does. There's a
Yeah.
physical version, and I almost bought it, but then I didn't. Like a big dum.
What
I
can you
gotta
do?
try to find it again because he's fun. I like Idris Elba. He does a good Knuckles. He voices. It's my.
That is only going to make me more attracted to Knuckles.
That is my thoughts on the Minecraft movie.
I was already feeling weird about being attracted to a red echidna.
I mean,
Idris Elba plays him, and
hear me out.
oh, he's absolutely one. But I figured you wouldn't allow that because he's probably conventionally attractive in some way.
Knuckles?
Yeah.
No, I think he would count because not everybody's gonna. So like, Spirit the Stallion, conventionally attractive horse, so he doesn't count. But like Knuckles would count because he's not like the conventionally attractive echidna. He's just
Okay. Fine.
Knuckles, so he counts.
Because he is one of my hear me outs. And now Idris Elba. What? Oh no. I am doomed. I'm doomed. I'm gonna have to watch this movie alone because reasons.
They're really good movies. They're really good movies. Like Minecraft movie is like you can't see it; it's on the floor. Sonic movies are up here. Mario movies a little bit lower.
That does not surprise me.
There are fanfics for everybody.
I mean, if it exists, there's a fan fiction about it, right? Isn't that one of the rules of the internet? And it's
Yes.
usually like spicy.
Isn't that Rule 34? No, wait,
Rule
that's the other
34.
rule. Yeah.
I don't know what rule it is, but yeah, there is a rule that if it
If
exists,
it can be, it will be. It will
Yeah.
have. It will have a thing.
I need to. Because like first of all, like Jim Carrey came out of acting retirement for them. That's fine. I was going to give you crap about not having a second T in my name, but I decided not to. I was literally about to be like 2 T's.
One for this hand, one for this hand.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
You have the hiccups. That is like I'm not sure. I mean, I know you know this, but I have an irrational with other people having hiccups, not really an irrational fear, but it gives me anxiety for you because I have an irrational fear of having hiccups. An
I'm very
irrational fear. I will have a panic attack if my hiccups last long enough, which is absolutely not helpful. And also I think it's funny because being a classically trained actors and classically trained singers both know how to like mess with their diaphragms, how to like flex and move their diaphragm more manually than your average person because we had to learn how to do it for stage work. You would think with all the tools I have that I would remain calm and be able to stop the spasm. No, I don't remain calm. I panic nearly immediately as soon as a hiccup comes out of my voice, comes out of my throat. I will start to cry and have a near panic attack and just like curl up in a fetal position and wish them away. I don't know. I mean, I do know why, because I watched Ripley's Believe It or Not when I was too young, and there was a thing about somebody having the hiccups for 60 years. I was probably like 13, 14, but it still scared me. That's right. Actually, the reason why the spelling of my name is so important to me is because it's, I mean, I think there are other communities, other like countries that spelled this way too. It's the Norwegian spelling of my name. And so it's important to me. And originally it wasn't going to be spelled that way. It was originally going to be spelled like Britney Spears because that was the more common spelling at the time. But this woman that we kind of adopted as like an additional grandma in our lives knit me a winter cap that I still have that spelled it the Norwegian way because she assumed because we were Norwegian, she assumed we were going to spell it the Norwegian where my parents were going to spell it the Norwegian way. And so they pivoted when they signed my birth certificate.
That's so funny.
Yes, Matthew. What? The last one lasted like a week, didn't it?
It did.
You are my biggest fear. You are the reason I am not you specifically, but what happens to you is literally the reason I have an irrational fear of hiccups. So awful. I hate it. I will do whatever it takes to not get the hiccups.
Do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. I know we're gonna make it through. That's a Degrassi theme song.
Oh, okay. I was like, should I know this? Now I know I don't know it. Okay.
It's a Degrassi theme song. Though you would probably appreciate Degrassi.
I probably would.
You would probably appreciate Degrassi.
I should watch it.
You probably should.
I don't know. Okay, so
specifically one character you'd probably have a major crush on, and she is sapphic.
That's dangerous. No, because like, so I've like super binge watched the last two shows.
I'm Matt-phobic. I'm Matthew-phobic, actually. Matthew-phobic.
Hey, that's my co-host you're talking about. Late night chats.
God damn it, Matthew. That's my biggest fear.
At least you're not poor Matthew.
It's not my biggest fear, but like
it's
irrational, like my biggest irrational fear. Like all of my actual biggest fears are legitimate. Like, you know, I experienced a house invasion once. Pretty afraid of that. I'd rather have the hiccups than another house invasion.
For sure, yeah.
You know, I am afraid of death.
Valid. Same.
You know?
Yeah.
Genuinely, like, not irrational. Hiccups, biggest irrational fear. Can't handle it. And I get so much anxiety when somebody else has hiccups because I'm like, oh my God, you must be terrified right now.
Like, no.
But then I realize that it's irrational and not everyone thinks the same way. Matthew. I adore you.
Just looks in the mirror and is like, oh. Reflection. Oh.
There are mornings that I do that to myself.
There are mornings where I look at myself and I'm like, it would go away.
Oh, that didn't get fixed overnight. Damn. And by that I mean all of it.
It never gets fixed overnight.
Okay. But I am very attracted to the Grim Reaper in The Sims 4. So.
Okay, for those of you.
That's probably not what you meant at all, but that's the way I took it.
There's a certain character who is death in this certain universe. I'm not going to say which because it may be spoils if you haven't seen it, but I wouldn't be afraid if they came. Be like, oh, hey.
I mean, and that's the other thing about the Sims movie. Like, if Grim is not a character, if Grim doesn't show up, if somebody doesn't die by there being no ladder in the pool, and Grim shows up, and if that does not happen, it's not a Sims movie.
No. There's so many things that need to be in this Sims movie.
Well, especially because it is where we all of us Sims players, we all practice out our psychopathic tendencies.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't practice them on real people. We practice them on our simulated people. So have I indeed taken away the pool ladder? Yes. All of us did. To the point that in The Sims 4, they can just get out of the pool. It's rude.
Right? Like, how dare? Excuse you. No. I've
They give us packs with all new deaths.
I'm playing with Van Gogh.
Van Gogh.
And I took off his hair. He's bald Van Gogh.
Like in the middle, I'll wake up and look in the mirror and be like, what happened to me last night? I do that. Well, sometimes I look in the mirror and go, what happened to me in the last 38 years? It is. It's the Sims way. Murdering your Sims is the Sims way.
It's like an author. Our characters, we love them. They must suffer.
There are days where I'm just like, you know what? I'm tired of you. But now I have to build a whole damn house around the pool so they can't get out. It's just getting worse. Them being able to get out of the pool without a ladder has only made me more psychopathic.
You're not solving the problem.
And died from laughter by accident.
Oops.
I mean, that tracks.
RP.
I did. I made my Sim self and married my like celebrity crush at the time, and on the day of my wedding, I became hysterical and laughed myself to death.
Oh no!
That was traumatizing, let me tell you. I also learned don't put your real pets in The Sims.
Oops.
Yeah, so I experienced Cosmo's death twice in my life. It's fine.
Oh no! Why would you do that to yourself?
To be fair, it was before Cosmo died. But then he died in The Sims, and I was like, oh, I don't like that. And then 2 years later, he died.
And the game was like, here, have some practice.
Have some practice trauma.
Practice trauma. Yay!
God. Yeah, don't put yourself in The Sims.
No,
And
because
don't
then
put your pets in The Sims.
I feel like myself in The Sims would be bad times.
I have absolutely done enemies to lovers in The Sims with bullies that I've had in my past. As you know, I have indeed married a couple of my bullies because, well, not married, did married things with them. You know what I need to do? What I need to do? I need to do like what I did in. The more and more I talk about the way I play The Sims or other simulation games is only going to make me sound like I am an absolute insane freak. When I used to play GTA.
It's fine. Minecraft players are no better.
When I used to play GTA when I was in high school, I would pick up, I would increase my life because I don't know if you know that that's what happens.
Oh.
Yeah. You pick up a nice lady on the street who needs a ride somewhere. And you take her down a dark alley, and all of a sudden the car just starts to shake. It's weird. And your life meter goes up.
Weird.
And then she'd get out, but she would take some money from me. And I'm like, that's weird. I'm like, your taxi, you're supposed to give me money or something. So I'd be like, bitch. And I would hit her with my car and take the money back.
Oh my gosh.
Do I maybe need more therapy?
Nah. It's fine.
My therapist might cheer me on. She's a great therapist, I promise. This is the second time I've said something that with my if my therapist were watching this, she'd be like, Britt, we need to have a conversation about you talking about me. Because it does not sound good.
Be like, we need to have a little chat. Oh my gosh.
No, seriously, my therapist is great.
Wonderful, fantastic.
Right. So, shall we talk about our goals?
My goals. What were my goals? Let me pull
I
it
didn't
up.
remember either.
I vaguely remembered it was to complete the writing prompt, which
I did literally this afternoon.
Oh, good job. I got distracted.
So did I.
I got way too into my book.
I was way too into getting to the point where Ethan was putting his parts in the other main character, Charlie. I was satisfied yesterday. Let's just say that. Anyway, Yeah, so your goal was work on the timeline and world building for the 10 Kingdoms books, specifically the Hunter ones, and then complete the writing prompt. Instead of making the timeline, you created a whole other book.
Okay, so I need to figure it out because like when did we have our stream? And then when did I start the chaos that is the other book? So March 15th.
Our last stream was March 15th, yeah. So almost a month ago.
Oh god.
This same weekend last month.
I did work on the timeline because I've got
you need to stop
the thing. Yeah, so I did work on the timeline, but then I added more books to the timeline. And then the book that I'm currently working on is scaring me because it's almost at 60,000 words. And the scene that I started with is supposed to be near the end of the book, is what it was supposed to be. But then things keep happening. So now I'm not sure entirely where in the book I am. I have no idea. But it's almost 60,000 words. And I started it, what, last week? It's because I stay up too late. And I use my notes app.
Yeah. If I stay up too late, I'm not writing, I'm drinking, which is a problem.
All I'm doing is writing. I will from like 11 p.m. to like 3 a.m. just be writing, which is why I'm so far ahead in this scene.
Say that I was just referencing Friday night. When I was like, I'm gonna watch Mean Girls. And I watched Mean Girls while drinking. And then I was like, I'm gonna watch the musical. And then I watched the musical and fell asleep towards the end. Luckily, apparently I didn't miss much though, because I watched a video of a voice teacher like reacting to it. And I didn't miss much. I maybe missed the last like few minutes of the movie. But then I woke up and saw Amanda Bynes dressed as a man. And I was like, when did Amanda Bynes? What? There's an Amanda Bynes cameo. Why would she have a cameo in this movie? And I realized, oh wait, no, she's the man. Because then I saw Channing Tatum, and I was like, oh,
Wrong movie.
Paramount Plus just continued on to the next movie.
It's so funny.
Got it. Anyway,
Yeah,
so I slept for like 20 minutes because I was like 20 some odd minutes into She's the Man.
That's so funny.
Let's find out.
Yeah, so
into it.
I did work on the timeline. I don't have the years set up, and I need to do that because it's very important for the books. World building has kind of happened unintentionally as I'm writing Bloodlust, so specifically the Hunter books got worked on. It's been more the like 10 Kingdoms. So it's like the 10 Kingdoms and then the sub-series of the Hunter books. I didn't work on those. I worked on the 10 Kingdoms books. But
hold on real quick. Let me just interrupt. I'm so good. I was 19 minutes and 6 seconds.
Hey,
and I spent 20 minutes.
Boom.
A minute off. Anyway, sorry.
How dare you not be exact?
Get out of here.
That's funny.
Sorry.
Yeah. So technically didn't work on the Hunter books, but the Hunter books take place in the city that this current work is involved in. So it's very important to the Hunter timeline. So it is kind of sort of related. So I kind of sort of did it unintentionally.
There you go. Yeah, so my goal was to finish the second draft of Price Check on Love. Ding. But we knew that because I think I was going to finish it within the next couple of days.
Yeah.
Because I was nearly finished at that point. It's currently with my alpha reader who is enjoying it. Though it's so funny because I was asking her about it and she was like, I really don't like Logan, the male main character. And I'm like, you're not supposed to. And she's like, oh, good job then. Yeah. And then she finally got to, she goes, because I was like, have you gotten to this part yet? She's like, no. I'm like, okay, that's where things start to turn around. She's like, oh, okay, because she likes spoilers. And so she's it tells me that like a few days later, she's like, I'm there. I was like, oh, good. She's like, I like him now. And I was like, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted.
Yay. That's funny.
And then I too wanted to figure out the timeline for a series of unwritten rules, as in all 4 books and how each book works into the next book. And then what we're going to get there. And then start a prelude of hooking up write 2,000 words every day for 2025 with an average of 2,000 words a day. I decided because I added a 5th book, I'm not doing the preludes.
Okay.
And only just because like not all of them really will have a proper prelude based on it, because like there are definitely storylines where the prelude could make sense, and I still might write them for myself, but they're not going to be stuff that I'm going to release. It was a cute idea, and maybe at some point there will be a book series that I will do that with. But if you don't know my series of unwritten rules, it started out as 1 book. It is now 5. Not 4. 5.
At least it's 5 and not 11.
Well, had I not made Max already married, it would have turned into 6 because I love Max.
I still think you should.
I know that could actually be like a prequel book because he got married like a long time ago. And he is like one of my favorite characters in this whole damn series. Like, I'm so glad that he's so happily married and not super toxic like all the other guys. Go figure, he's the only not straight guy in this series.
Surprise, surprise.
Anyway,
Surprise.
but no, yeah, so it started out as 1 book, The Unwritten Rules of Hooking Up, and then I fell in love with the main character's best friend, and I was like, now I want to give her a love story. And then because she's a musician, I was like, what if she gets into a band and doesn't see eye to eye with like the guy that heads up the band, and so it can be like a rivals to lovers kind of situation, because that's the way that The Unwritten Rules of Hooking Up was supposed to be. But they just became friends way too damn fast, and I was like, this ain't rivals to lovers. They're not rivaling enough. So I was like, I want to write proper rivals to lovers, and it is. I am very proud of the way that this is turning out. Anyway, and so then that turned into, wait, now all these other guys in this band, I want to give them all love stories now. And then I was like, wait, now I want to write a sapphic one. And so I threw at the very end, I was like, they're gonna get a new lead singer because Charlie, our main character, for our female main character in this, her name is Charlotte. She goes by Charlie. She is, you know, she has to leave the band. Spoiler alert. At some point in the series, I'm not gonna say when, but she has to leave the band at some point. And so I was like, we're gonna give them a new lead singer. And then I was like, I'll make her sapphic.
Yeah.
And so that's gonna be the final book, is a sapphic love story, which is gonna be very interesting because I have now, but I'm starting to do my research on sapphic love stories because I'm not super privy to them on how they're written, specifically the spicy stuff. So I mean, I can guess because I know how, but like I want to make sure that I'm doing it, you know, not from the male gaze that people tend to always have. My sister needs to stop. It's so funny how my phone will buzz and then I'll look over to my computer and I'll see the notification from my computer.
That is so funny.
So anyway, yeah. So then, as I've been writing this book, I came up with this very interesting story about one of the characters that is not, because originally I was not going to give him a love story because I was like, I like the idea that there is somebody still in this band that is just a guy who just likes to sleep around. Like, he doesn't want a relationship. He's super like commitment phobic, right? Whatever. And then I was like, but he is so after Charlie that after he finds out that her and Ethan or something, like, what if he gets pissed about it? And does something that he shouldn't do. And I was like, is this a new book idea? Is it 5 books now? And so I have now committed to the fact that it is indeed 5 books. So book 1, The Unwritten Rules of Hooking Up. Book 2, The Unwritten Rules of Jamming Together. And now book 3 is that one, which is... What did I say? Did I not say jealous?
I don't remember what you said.
I don't remember what I said either. I misuse words sometimes. Yeah.
You didn't actually say. You just said he does something that he shouldn't do.
Yeah, he does something he shouldn't do because he gets pissed.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't say jealous either, though. He doesn't necessarily get jealous because he doesn't want to date her. He just wants to do things with her that
Like you wouldn't, like if you
people do when they date, sure, but like
yeah.
you don't have to be dating someone to do them, and he doesn't. But yeah, he does something that he shouldn't do, which is going to really, and I'm gonna play with it a little bit in this once it starts happening. It's not happening yet. It's too early. No notification. That wasn't my sister. My sister, okay, she hasn't texted me in like 2 seconds.
Oh my gosh, is she alive?
Anyway, but yeah, so now it's 5 books. But okay, I did indeed. I have to fix it now though. I haven't fixed it. I haven't added the unwritten rules of playing dirty, which is the now third book in the series. Because that's what Griffin decides to do, is play dirty. And yeah. So anyway, but the whole point of the series is like the unwritten rule, the rules, like every single situation has very specific rules that are set up. So, but then there's the unwritten rule, which is, of course, the rule is don't fall for this person. But the unwritten rule is you're gonna.
Somebody's gonna.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, so I started on, because I wanted to do all of that before I started on the second book, which is the Unwritten Rules of Jamming Together. Because luckily, the Unwritten Rules of Hooking Up, because it was meant to be a standalone, and it's the first book of the series, that one isn't as affected as the rest of them will be by the timeline. So I wanted to set up that timeline to know when everything takes place, so that I can, figure out like where people are at certain points, or when I'm going to have the same thing happen from one book to the next.
Yeah.
From different perspectives, and make sure it makes sense in the timeline. And so it's broken up like month to month, like all the way down the line. And so that will also help when I go back to the Unwritten Rules of Hooking Up, because I'll know, like, because we're in Minnesota. So like if it's December and they're going for a walk in 80-degree weather, that is really weird weather for December. Not saying it hasn't happened. I'm just saying it's weird weather. And probably global warming.
Yeah.
But no, so I've started the Unwritten Rules of Jamming Together, and I'm currently 27,292 words, because it's right here. I got my laptop right here in front of me. So, anyway. So yeah, I'm 27,292 words into it. And it took a serious turning point yesterday. Things happened.
Yeah.
Things happened.
Things are happening. Oh my gosh. So much stuff is happening in Bloodless. I'm just like, what is going on? It's a very important book, though, because in the timeline arrangement, their decisions affects a lot, because it goes from the like main event that happens that like just catapults everything to way before that. So it's like, it's very important. So that's kind of why I haven't been messing with the other ones yet. So yeah, and it's become a monster in more ways than one, because the scene that I wrote, and then it's just keep going from it. It's almost 60,000 words, and then there's like the bit that happens in the beginning, and it's like 20,000 words. So I'm like, this book is too big. I'm scared. Like, why is it so big? It's not supposed to be that big. Because there's also this stuff in between.
Oh, good. She's going to reserve the Stanley Hotel tour.
Yay.
I'm going to go see ghosts.
Spooky.
Going to go to the hotel. I mean, I've been there before, but I've never done a tour. But go to the hotel that, inspired The Shining.
Ooh.
I hope I don't die.
Red Rum. I hope you don't die either.
I'll have friends. It's a bunch of ghosts there.
Ghost friends. I'll come visit you.
Just walking to the Stanley Hotel. Hey, Britt.
Hey, you here?
I grew up in a haunted house, so I did every time I went home. Be like, hey, Sai, what's up?
I feel like if you're nice to the ghosts, they're nice to you usually.
I wish. My thoughts on ghostwriting. I don't mind it. I mean, my favorite childhood book series was partially ghostwritten, because the fact of the matter is, Kay Applegate could not put Animorphs out by herself at the rate that Scholastic wanted her to, which was monthly. I mean, they're short books, but like that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't mind it. I have a mutual like acquaintance that I've met through TikTok that's a ghostwriter. I have nothing really against the idea because there are some people who are very good storytellers but don't have the patience or the ability to write. I mean, if you think about it, like there are a lot of situations that would make it hard or impossible for someone to actually do the writing, unless they're maybe dictating, but still. You know, I don't love certain aspects of it, like celebrity memoirs. I'd rather the memoir be actually a memoir instead of you just telling stories and somebody else recounting the stories you're telling. Just then don't call it a memoir.
Yeah.
And at the very least, if a celebrity uses a ghostwriter or like a companion writer, at least be more honest about it. Where a lot of celebrities are not, you have to do a lot of digging and research to see that they did not write their own memoir or they didn't write their entire memoir by themselves. And I have a problem with that to an extent. But the actual industry of ghostwriting, I don't hate. Because again, it would be pretty ableist to hate the entire industry as a whole. But I there are definitely aspects to ghostwriting that I don't appreciate. Because it's not I don't know. It's hard for me to put into words. But no, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I would personally never ghostwrite because I would want to write my own stuff under my own name or my pseudonyms that I'm planning on having. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit there and say that ghostwriting shouldn't exist at all. I think that there should be a lot more transparency, though, when there's ghostwriting that's being done. I would prefer there to be more transparency, but I guess that's the whole point, is it's a ghostwriting. So it's not, you're not supposed to know necessarily. But it'll be interesting now that I'm rereading Animorphs, knowing which ones were ghostwritten. It'd be interesting to see if there's a stark difference in the way that they're told. So, because I don't think I've hit any of the ghostwritten books yet, but because I think they're a little bit later on. But I think the David trilogy was actually ghostwritten, which is one of my favorite storylines in all of Animorphs.
That's kind of funny.
Which Animorphs books were ghostwritten? Books 25 through 52, an Alternamorph series, and some of the Chronicles. Many of the later Animorphs books are ghostwritten, meaning they were written by authors other than Kay Applegate, though credited to her. These included books 25 through 52. But I don't think it was all of them. Here we go. I found a link that actually gives me proper answer.
Yay, proper answer and not AI answer.
Ghostwriters. Many of the novels between 25 and 52 range were ghostwritten. The Alchemist Chronicles. Really? I liked that book. I also liked the TV episode that it made too. That was a good one. 25, 27, 28, 29. Yeah, a lot of them. Holy moly. And actually, so this actually credits the ghostwriter too, which is nice.
I did not realize that Tom Clancy had died. I don't know why. 2013. He died October 1st, 2013.
Interesting.
I'm like,
Tom Clancy's still releasing books 5 years after death. And James Patterson released his 20th novel of the year. Yep.
My favorite is like the librarians on TikTok who do like James Patterson content. It's hilarious. I love it. It's like, we got new books. They use the like Good Place voice where it's like, Janet, is it a cactus? And it's like, no, it's not a James Patterson book. And then they give a James Patterson book.
I might, for the first time since it ended, rewatch The Good Place, because one of the videos I'm going to make in 2026, yes, I'm planning 2026 videos, let it go. You'll find out why in my year-end video this year, so you have to wait a whole bunch more months to know why. Anyway, you already know.
Still.
I already shared this information with you.
Boo.
But anyway, I'm gonna do a weird kitchen that's going to be a weird. It's from The Good Place, and it's gonna be interesting. So if you've seen The Good Place, you'd already know.
I can't wait.
Which I might actually film that sometime this spring, because this is the time to get one of the very important ingredients for this meal. If you put it in the chat and you guess it correctly, I will in fact say yes or no.
Come on, y'all. Say words.
But yeah, so no, I did it, and I also did the writing prompt, which the direction I went with the writing prompt was actually kind of interesting, to the point that, kind of like I said about the first one, I almost want to like expand on it and make it a real thing. But yeah, it got to 710 words. And essentially it was about this person stealing this other person's identity, not like in the like criminal way that exists in real world, but like suddenly her face is slowly shifting throughout the day and she doesn't realize it. And then she comes home and her boyfriend is like, "Who the hell are you?" And she's gonna be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Then she goes and sees herself sitting at the table. And then she finds out from that lady, she's like, "I was pretty weird looking, wasn't I?" So basically they just slowly throughout the day shifted their looks to each other.
That's kind of cool.
I know. And I was like, damn, now I kind of want to like expand on this idea and figure out like, you know, where do I go from here? Because now I'm thinking, man, this could just be the beginning of the story. So I don't know. I don't write thrillers, but maybe I will.
Thriller or suspense?
Again, then. Good grief. I've already had to come up with two, one for my young adult novels and one for my dark romance novels. Because I definitely want a completely different name from that to my young adult, because no young child needs to read dark romance. No child needs to read romance unless it's young adult romance that has no spice. But I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
So now I have to come up with another one so people know, okay, this is a thriller, this is a dark romance, this is a contemporary romance, and this is a young adult romance. Got it. Oh, not dark romance. I do sci-fi with young adult. There's definitely romance in it.
It's fine.
Anyway. But yeah, so I successfully went above and beyond my goal. Though I am not averaging 2,000 words a day right now.
It's fine. You were doing editing and stuff.
I was doing a lot of editing, which took my average down quite a bit. And then I've been struggling to get back into the, you know, like writing stuff. I mean, I still write every day, but like, well, most every day, but, at the same time, like it's been a struggle to get, like I'm averaging like 1,000 words a day right now from when I started writing Jamming Together. I'm averaging about 1,000 words a day, which is fine. I mean, it's still, I'm still moving forward. So I'm not beating myself up. I still have many months to get back my average back up to 2,000 words a day by the end of the year. So anyway, yeah. So that's where I'm at with my goal.
Yay. Gold star.
And I think now, I keep saying this, but I think now that things have happened and I'm not in the setup anymore, because that was the thing. I think I got really tired of the setup because I really had to set up this rivalry to the point that the hateful way they went about doing what they did yesterday. Man, I've never written that way before. But man,
been there, done that. Isn't it fun?
it is. Let's just say, like, I felt a certain type of way after writing it. I felt a certain type of way.
I feel that.
And much like Ethan says when he finds out that Charlie reads dark romance, oh, I bet she liked that. Is what he said. Well, he put it in much grosser terms, but I'm not going to put them in that gross of terms on YouTube. You have to read the book to see what he actually literally says. I don't even know if that's literal or if that's correct. It's something like that, or he put his what in her where or something like that. I can't remember specifically what it was, but it was something. It was one of those two, because those were the two things I was like going with when I got to that part. I was like, which one's funnier? And I picked one. I just don't remember which one exactly. But basically, he said, "Oh, I bet her liked that." Was one of the options, and there one he put his what in her where.
That's funnier though.
You think that one's funnier?
I think it's funnier because I feel like that would be like a proper reaction to like reading something like that. It'd be like, put his what in the where?
And then less than 24 hours later, he's putting his in her where.
I love
There's
that.
no connection. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so but yeah, so now that we're officially past the setup, I feel like we were at the setup until that happened, and now we can deal with the aftermath of that. I think it's going to come a lot faster and a lot easier than the setup did.
I think so, because then you've got like emotion going.
Yeah, where like my normal slow burn situation is they have the hots for each other, and I have to try and keep them away from each other. This one was like, no, they genuinely cannot stand each other, which is what I wanted, mind you. That's exactly the feeling that I wanted, so that the first time they do shit, not only is the reader won't be confused because the reader knows going in as a contemporary romance, but the characters are like,
what? We did what?
Why would we do that? That was weird.
Nope.
Let's pretend that never happened.
Nope. So
yeah. And then they just can't stop. They can't quit each other, man. They just won't be able to quit each other.
It's like an addiction. But they need it. That's my current characters. My current characters. Oh my gosh.
They can't stand each other, but they need each other. That's exactly right.
I miss when these two characters were enemies. It was great. The banter was fun. Actually, no. The banter between Valentine and Talia is more fun. These two are just like mean to each other. Like they are proper enemies.
That's why I'm very careful to say rivals to lovers, not enemies to lovers, because they're not trying to kill each other. They just don't like each other very much.
These two would kill each other.
Huh?
I said these two would properly kill each other if they could. They're not allowed to, because then that would cause a war. But they want to.
Yeah. These two don't want to kill each other. And Ethan figured if he was ever going to stab her, it would not be with what he stabbed her with.
I'm in a funny place because when you said stab, I immediately thought knife.
That was the whole point. Is you're supposed to think that until I said with what he ended up stabbing her with.
Oh, not knife.
man. God, I think back sometimes to like early adulthood me. If she heard the way I spoke on the internet now, she'd be like, "You're going to hell." I'd be like, "I'm going to enjoy that way more."
Mine would be staring at me going, "Excuse me? You? This? What?" Like a full 180.
To be fair, I have been reading spicy books since I was like 13. I do not condone reading spicy books at 13 or 14 or 15 or 16 or 17. At 18, sure, go for it. You're an adult, officially, technically, legally. Are you emotionally mature for that kind of thing? No, but I don't think I was emotionally prepared for it until I was 20, because that was when things happened. That's what I'm supposed to say. That's just where I'm going to end it. Was I emotionally prepared for real life scenarios? No.
Is anybody ever?
Not when you're that young.
Right?
I grew up in purity culture. But anyway, but I've been reading spicy books since I was like 13 years old. So like, I guess I wouldn't be super surprised that I started writing it. I mean, I started writing, what do we call them in fan fiction world? Is it called a lemon? In fan fiction world?
I don't remember what the citrus scale is, because now they use the spicy scale.
Oh.
But like the citrus scale is like the older generation.
Yeah.
Like the ones who grew up with it.
Yeah, I need to look it up because
what's what? Because I didn't grow up with it. I grew up reading Christian romance
in fanfic. Okay. So the citrus scale. I'm too old. I can't read this. Okay.
Do you need me to read it?
No, I'm good. Orange is the equivalent of a G or PG MPAA rating. Little to no romantic or sexual content. I don't know her. I don't know Orange. We don't know her. Lime is the equivalent of a PG-13 rating. Romantic or sexual, some romantic or sexual content may include clothed rubbing, heavy making out, or lightly described PNV, PNA, PNO sex. Little sexual or anatomical language. Lemon is equivalent to an R or NC-17 rating. Explicit, romantic, and or sexual content can include any level of graphic sexual activity. PNV, PNA, PNO. Sex expected, graphic sexual and or anatomical language. I definitely wrote that. I didn't post it usually. I didn't post it to my real account because I didn't want anybody knowing that I was thinking about posting. Oh, okay. Grapefruit is equivalent to NC-17 rating, explicit kinky sexual content. So like dark romance now. Necessarily includes graphic sexual activity, may be anatomically incorrect or fantastical.
Mine is not. Mine is accurate.
It just made me chuckle because monster porn. Anyway, I don't even want to read that because it sounds painful.
Well, see, no, because like
it sounds painful.
Well, I don't read the guy with the girl. I read the girl with the girls. So like it's not as painful.
No, I fully understand this. But as somebody who enjoys P and V, it sounds painful.
You're not supposed to think about the size.
Size matters on both ends of the spectrum, friends. Anyway. Graphic, sexual, and or anatomical language and graphic kink. Yeah, I never wrote kinky stuff because I really didn't think about kinks back then. I was probably very kink shamey back then, actually.
Right.
I was probably very, I mean, if I read the stuff that I wrote back in high school, like the lemons that I wrote back in high school, I'd probably be like, Well, that's real vanilla. That's real vanilla. That's
Mhm.
real vanilla. So anyway,
Ain't funny.
let's see. Lime, then lemon, I believe. Yeah, that's what this is saying. No orange? No. Unless it's my young adult. Well, actually, even then, like the young adult stuff that I write would be like not sexual, but like, you know, definitely romantic. And then give me that lemonade. Yes, give me all of the lemonade. Sir, that is piss. Hey, that leads into grapefruit because that's a kink. Okay? Just saying. It's not a kink I appreciate.
Yeah, no.
I have no interest in that kink. No
You know
interest
what?
in that one.
Whatever floats
But
your boat.
hey, if you ain't hurting anybody and you are with someone who is a consenting adult, have at it. Have fun.
Do what you
Enjoy
do.
yourself. Enjoy yourself. But I do not want that. Thank you. I don't know how many different that regular romance levels where the male lead is super well endowed and it's like, oh no, thanks. Yeah, no, I don't. Like,
oh, what a problem for you to have.
I mean, let's be real. I mean, if we're gonna have this conversation, he doesn't have to be that big. Oops, doesn't have to be that big, and most can't that way anyway. So we're just gonna put it that way. You know. What you do with it. And toys do it better.
My door just opened by itself.
That'd be the perfect time for, I mean, I know you're wearing headphones, but like, or earbuds or whatever, but it'd be really funny if that was the time that one of your parents walked in and be like, toys do it better. Toys do what better?
Animated movies. Toy Story. Toy Story was better than the one thing.
I was gonna go playing poker with a computer. The computer is always better.
You misunderstood toys for boys? But then that makes it worse.
That makes it worse.
I need to shut the door. Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. You're out of my ear right now. I cannot hear a word you say.
Do you need something? Come here. No, you don't? Okay, I don't know what you want from me. Why are you poking at me? What do you want?
Rude.
If you want something, then come here. What do you want? I don't know what you want from me. Where did you go? What? What? Now? What do you want right now? I don't understand what you want.
Meow. Oh, my neck hurts.
My cat is throwing a fit. Come here then.
Meow.
Well, too bad. This is what you're getting.
Well, hello. She's like, what am I doing up here?
All right, this is now Nova's stream.
Oh, okay. Hey, Nova. What are we talking about?
No. You have a lot to say usually.
There we go. Tell me more.
Oh, tell me all about it. Tell me about it.
No. You get the silent treatment.
Turn on me and scratch my face, but that's fine. She has a lot to say, I guess.
She does.
Mostly about like calling for help, saying, call the ESPCA because my mom is holding me. My mom is showing me love.
How dare she?
You
Grumpy.
look so mad, Nova.
She does.
You
She's like,
look so angry right now.
she's so grumpy. She saw the Minecraft movie. I agree.
Minecraft movie. What'd you think about it? Clearly not as passionate as you, because that would have normally been a hiss, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Well, you know, maybe she enjoyed a little bit more than I did.
Okay, I should probably put her down before she actually does scratch my face. Oh, hiss as you walk away. That's fine. Be that way.
Protest.
She didn't go supernova. No, she did not. No, she does not like being held. She allows me to hold her. It's so funny. She lets me hold her like that because she knows I'll put her down eventually, but she will growl and hiss while I do it, but she'll be like, fine.
That's funny.
I don't like it.
I'm protesting.
Fine. But if she doesn't want to be held, she lets me know that she doesn't want to be held. Like if she's sitting with me like that, it's because she's like, fine, have your time, have your day. But as soon as she wants down, she will absolutely let me know. And the second she does, I actually do put her down. So I'm very respectful of that.
It's consensual.
Yeah.
I mean, AC's on.
When it took convincing for that to be our agreement, no. But here we are.
Here we go again. I'm out.
Okay. So back on this citrus scale. I did write orange and lime and lemon, never got to grapefruit.
I think I skipped a few steps.
You went from orange right to grapefruit.
Yep. I was like, you know what? Lime and lemon, not for me. Grapefruit. Give me grapefruit.
Basically, what I write now on the citrus scale is probably like lemon. Yeah, it's lemon. It's explicit, but not kinky usually.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, it's not. My dark romances might get
That makes sense.
a little kinky.
It's dark romance.
But no, my contemporary romances, they stay pretty, I mean, they're still pretty vanilla. I mean, theirs wasn't. Theirs was... He had no patience.
No, I was laughing at Kitty.
Oh. The first time you said Kitty, I was like, where's Nova? And then I realized, oh, wait. I know who you're talking about. Those fruits you've only dreamed of. It's like that. It's going viral right now. It's from Supernatural, which is so funny that Supernatural things are going viral right now because I'm in the time period where his name is Jason in the show. Jensen Ackles was a main character in Smallville, and then he had to leave because he booked Supernatural, which also filmed in Vancouver. So you would think that he'd be able to do both, but I guess when you're the lead of Supernatural, you don't have time to also be a lead for Smallville.
Yeah.
But anyway, he was absent for an episode, and Michael Rosenbaum in his and Tom Helling's podcast, they go, that's because he was filming the pilot for Supernatural. And I was like, makes sense. And then he had to leave because he got Supernatural. But anyway, where the lady goes, I can't remember her name in the show because I've never really watched Smallville, I've watched Smallville. I've never really watched Supernatural. But she's apparently like a recurring character, but she's like, did they get to fifth base? And Jensen Ackles' character goes, there is no such thing as fifth base. And she goes, Oh, you poor sheltered boy.
I've seen that clip.
You've seen that clip? Yeah. It is like all over the all over TikTok right now, and every time it makes me laugh again because it's Jensen Ackles, and I'm just used to him being in Smallville right now, like baby Jensen Ackles in Smallville, baby. And I don't think he actually is like that young, but he looks young. And anyway, and so just seeing him in that, I'm like, I think I actually sent you one at one point.
You probably did.
You at one point. Yeah. The oh, you poor sheltered boy. Yeah. Ultra grapefruit on the fruit scale. Whereas infra orange would be like preschool books, I guess. Yeah, maybe. Chocolate or vanilla mixed with chocolate. I do like some vanilla mixed with chocolate in real life. I mean, I know we're using innuendos, but I will say that is my favorite way to have ice cream in real life.
It's a good combination.
I don't like chocolate ice cream though. I like it when I flavor it with chocolate, but I don't like chocolate ice cream. I don't like the fake chocolate flavor. So chocolate ice cream, Tootsie Rolls, gross.
Tootsie Rolls, I kind of like don't like anymore. They changed them, I think, so it has like a weird taste now.
It's always had that weird taste for me. Maybe it's even weirder for me. I don't know. I haven't had them in like 30 years.
It's been a while since I've had one.
So, but yeah, I just don't like that flavor. So, if I'm going to make chocolate ice cream, I just get vanilla ice cream and then I just pour chocolate syrup on it. That's rude.
I mean, my favorite ice cream is Neapolitan. So, like, which is funny because it's like Neapolitan, non-binary, bisexual. Never a choice ever made.
You're just somewhere in the middle every time.
I'm just there.
Every time. You're just like,
a little bit of everything.
Oh my God. That's funny.
Hilarious.
Anyway, you know what? I will answer this question. It feels, nope, not that one. There we go. It feels damn good. Okay? It feels tasty. Okay?
We're having a good time.
What's rude about it? I gave you both teeth. What's rude about it? Everything. Everything's rude. Anyway, man, my sister hasn't texted me in like 10 minutes.
Is she
starting
alive?
to worry, actually, for
Is
real.
she alive? The excitement.
She was about to book our tour to the Stanley Hotel, but I don't think we're staying in it, but they were just doing a tour. I think I would rather die than stay at the actual Stanley Hotel. I lived in a haunted house growing up. I do not need to live in that again, even for a night.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be fun.
Anyway, so fun. Should we pull a new writing prompt?
Sure.
For you to not do again?
Yes.
It's
not my fault my books are demanding my attention.
I'm not looking.
Go.
Stop. Ooh, that's a face.
Horror.
Another horror. Okay.
Horror. Huh. Sitting at your regular cafe, drinking your coffee, you realize it tastes peculiar. When you look up, a stranger is staring at you.
Say that one again.
Sitting at your regular cafe, drinking your coffee, you realize it tastes peculiar. When you look up, a stranger is staring at you.
Okay. I mean, that could also be a romance. But anyway.
Horror romance.
Yes, they do. And they have deemed the term clean romance, which makes me have so many icky feelings because there is literally nothing dirty about sex. But they use that term and it makes me cranky.
It's only dirty if it's outside.
I know. I certainly, I mean, there is that song, Sex on the Beach. And I'm like, that sounds
awful.
Awful. That does not sound comfortable in any way. But I mean, again, as long as you're not hurting anybody and you are two consenting adults or multiple consenting adults, as long as everybody involved is consenting and they are all adults, to be fair, children can't consent. So there you go. But still, all consenting adults, go for it. Have fun. Enjoy yourselves. I don't care. Do what you want to do. As long as you're not hurting anybody and everybody's consenting. Okay, I saw you raise your hand from the corner of my eye, and I thought for some reason you were doing this.
Oh God, I can't do. Okay.
And I was like, why are we saluting Spock? Like, why are we doing the Vulcan salute?
I don't know. Why
Anyway,
not?
I taught myself how to do this when I was a kid. I literally would just do this and keep my fingers like this for like 20 minutes.
I had to because I was a big Star Trek nerd.
So was I. Which is why I made myself learn how to do this.
My brother can't do it. We've tried to help him do it, and he can't do it. It's like, it's okay. You didn't grow up watching Star Trek. It's fine.
But yeah, fun. Oh my goodness.
I'm just coughing like crazy. Good Lord.
Same. Well, no, I want to sneeze, but luckily, I mean, when you were talking about the Minecraft movie, it was the perfect opportunity for me to sneak away and like try and figure out what's going on with my nose. So I've been better since then.
Yay.
But yeah, so that's
I'm trying to think
right
what I want my goal to be. Oh, I know what my goal should be.
Do the writing prompt. Oh, stop creating a new book. Mine's gonna be pretty simple. Stop creating new books in this series. Oh my God, stop.
Not my fault. There wasn't gonna be. And then I did a little more fleshing out of characters. I'm like, these characters are I still don't know if they're gonna be a couple or if they're just gonna be friends.
I still don't understand how you went from one book and then went, it might be a duology, to, oh my God, now I need to write this entire timeline from before this even started.
Would you like to know what happened?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to try to be as not spoilery as I can be. So there's an event that happens in The Hunter and Her Prey that leads to a character that Valentine knew before this book. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder what happened. So then I was like, well, I also want to know like what happened to the other hunters because Valentine's not the only one, right?
Right. Oh.
Flesh out a little bit of backstory just because. Nope. I've lost my picture. Am I back?
You're back.
Okay.
For me, I don't know who cut out or what happened to people.
I don't know either. I like lost my picture and I was like, hello? So anyway, so I was like, I want to know like what happens, but I'm going to finish.
No sapphics.
I'm a YouTube was like, no.
You're just like, sapphic? Ew. Like,
Walla what?
Times.
No walla what.
We like sapphic people now.
We do.
We should have always liked sapphic people, to be fair.
We love them now so much that one of us is participating. Anyway, so I wrote the first draft, hodgepodge, third point of view. So I did the second draft with the first person point of view. More stuff happened. Big cliffhanger. So I'm like, okay, no, this feels right to end the book here. So obviously it needs to be a duology. So we continue and then happily ever after, maybe whatever. But then I was like, I want to know what happens before these two meet. I want to know what happened to Valentine, like why they did this, why blah, 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 blah. So then I started writing that book. And then I was like, there's a lot happening in this book. So it's probably going to be 2 books because now there's like 2 different like love interests. And so this is fine. And then I was like, hey, you know that book that I wrote before I wrote The Hunter and Her Prey? Yeah, this whole thing takes place in that world. So now I want to do like a book that involves the rulers of this kingdom thing and stuff and like what all they do. So then I came up with Alex and Karina, and I was like, wait, Alex has a sister. It'd be kind of cool if like theirs was like the Kingdom of Secrets, and it's like, ooh, they have a secret relationship going on with this other person. And so then that also happened. And then I was like, wait, no, there's a blood mage who's different than the magicians in this realm. And I want to know what happens to them because they're very important to the factor of the main event where the magic gets banished, which is also why I wanted to do like a little deep diving into the prequel because I was like, why did the magic get banished? I want to know. And so it just kind of spiraled from there. So that's why there's 11 books. And I want to write it a certain way where if you don't want to read all of these prequel books, you don't have to because the information that you need will be in the duology. So if you just want to read the duology, you could just read the duology. But if you read the other books, you're going to be like OMGing the whole entire time. So.
Yeah, that's the only thing is my plan with my series was either you could pick up any of the books and be fine. However, unfortunately, with the addition of Playing Dirty, I feel like that goes so hand in hand with jamming together that you kind of have to read it in that order with that one in particular. But
yeah,
aside from that, with the Unwritten Rules series, you should be able to pick up any of the books aside from Playing Dirty. Sorry, it changed names a couple times. At one point it was Playing with Fire, then I changed it to Playing Dirty.
Yeah, and it's like with the prequel books, you can just read the like 10 Kingdoms main series if you want, or you can read that and the Hunter books, or you could just read the Hunter books, whichever one you want. But they do kind of like interconnect. It's just fun because the 10 Kingdoms is like the rulers, so you get like the high class like monarchs and stuff, and then you get like the people who are just like in the city trying to do stuff. So it's kind of fun because like the events that happen with one book happens in the other book, and it's just like la, 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 la. It's great. But yeah, I can't finish The Hunter and Her Prey. I can't finish editing that until I know what in the world is going on in these books because The Hunter and Her Prey takes place in this kingdom. So I need to know what's going on. I'm going to write a book series that it's interconnected. OMG.
I think that's good enough. So I just want to finish the first draft of the Unwritten Rules of jamming together. That's where I'm at, as well as obviously do the writing prompt and still try to get up to that 2,000 words a day average again. But that's my year goal. So like I'm not super worried about that specifically next month. But yeah, I want to finish the first draft of the Unwritten Rules of jamming together. I'm not even halfway through. I'm almost halfway through because I usually aim for like 60,000 for my contemporary romance. So, and now that I'm at 27,000, so I'm almost halfway through. But anyway, and then if I finish that before our next stream and I get Price Check on Love back, then I'll probably start the third draft of Price Check on Love before I start the third draft or first draft of Playing Dirty. But because my whole plan is to write all of the first drafts of these books because they're so interconnected with each other.
Same.
But at the same time, not interconnected. Like I said, they're interconnected, but not so, again, aside from Playing Dirty, not so interconnected that you have to read them in order, if that makes sense. Like the same things happen in different books because they're all happening kind of at the same time. But you might be like, I don't know who these people are, but okay, that kind of thing, you know?
I feel like this series is kind of important. Like, if you do want to read the prequel books, there's a certain order you should probably read it in, but you can either read the Ten Kingdoms books first or the other ones first. It doesn't matter which one you do. But each one has like a certain, like, you should read this one, then this one, then this one.
Well, to be fair, if you're going to read this series, you should read it 1 through 5 in the series that I'm writing. But that's because I tell linear stories, unlike some people I know that don't tell linear stories.
Weird. I wonder who does that.
Matthew.
Gosh darn it, Matthew.
Gosh darn it, Matthew.
How dare you not do linear stories? Gosh darn it. Yeah, that's the weird part, because like Hunter Hunter Prey is the first one, but it's not the first in the timeline. It's actually like centuries after these books. So that's
that actually brings me back to this. It can't happen because Star Wars was in a galaxy far, far away long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. There we go. I said it right that time. And Star Trek is in the future.
I feel like somebody did do one, but I don't remember.
Well, I'm sure there is a fan fiction or two. Yes. I'm just saying.
Alternate universes. This article's bogus. Get out of here. Yeah. I also think it would be funny, and somebody is probably going to do this with the book series, because each chapter will have a date. So if you really wanted to, when all the books get released, you can read it in chronological timeline order.
There you go. I don't aim for page numbers necessarily, except for chapters. I try to keep my chapters anywhere between like 6 and 10 pages in a Word document, depending on the story, and like, because each chapter is its own like short story, is the way I look at chapters essentially. So I have a beginning, a middle, and end to each story, and same thing with each chapter. So I do aim somewhat for pages. Like I'll go back and count how long how many pages have I written in this chapter so far, and I try to aim between like 6 and 10 pages on Word document. But when it comes to the overall story, I don't really aim for page count. I aim for word count, because the word count can be very, very different. Like if there's going to be like Playing Dirty is going to look very, very different, because a lot of the beginning is going to be like text communication, and so there's going to be a lot of like texting, which means it's going to take up more pages with less words, because it's going to be a lot more dialogue than action, and there's a reason for that, but I'm not going to spoil that. And so like where this one, there really isn't a lot of texting, because they're all together, because they're on a tour on an RV and they're all stuck together, this whole band, right? So there's a lot less texting, and so there's a lot more action and a lot less dialogue, and so this might be a lot less pages than Playing Dirty, even though they might end up with similar word counts, if that makes sense. So yeah, I don't aim for page counts. I don't know if Kay does, but I don't.
I just find the ending of the book and we go from there. I'll let you know when I publish something.
I would say Kay is the epitome of chaos. You are the epitome of chaos.
I just go with the flow.
Thrive in chaos.
I do. My desk is a mess, but I'm happy right now because it's like an organized mess. I should probably put this in a proper spot. There we go.
My mom does that too with her work desk. Actually, now her work desk is like, in her current job, her work desk is like impeccably clean and organized, because she interviews people, so she wants it, to be as like, that's the way my mom is. We grew up with a woman, my wonderful, incredible best woman, my grandma. Bestemor is how you say grandma in Norwegian. Where I remember when she was coming to see my dorm for the first time when I was living in Bemidji State University is where I went to college for my freshman year, and then I transferred to a university called St. Cloud State University, which is in the same school system. So the transfer was very easy.
Yay.
But I lived in the dorm, and one of my friends that I've been friends with since we were like in first grade, second grade, something like that. She lived across the hall from me, and I was cleaning like a maniac because grandma was coming. My Bestemor was coming. And she comes in to my dorm and she goes, "What are you doing? Like, this place is clean and you're like scrubbing something clean." And I was like, "Grandma's coming." She goes, "Let me help." Like, that's the kind of woman I grew up with. She was, and still, she walks into my dorm and she goes, "Nice. You should take out your trash," because my waste paper basket was like half full.
That's funny. Yeah, no, my work desk covered in rubber duckies because we've got like a duck claw game, and then sticky notes because I'm a very forgetful person.
Yes. Yes. If I say my grandma, I mean that grandma, because the other one was not a grandma.
She was a person of some sort.
They were blood related, and that's where it ends.
Yep.
Well, that's your fault for getting muddy.
Maybe you don't get muddy and you could be roaming around.
Actually, he's probably dry now.
And but still.
You are so pathetic in there, dude. So pathetic.
Oh, dear puppy.
I think we're almost done, Bubba.
Yeah, it's been 2 hours.
Yeah.
We've done our goals. I don't know. I just made up goals.
You said finish Kingdoms of Bloodlust's first draft and maybe the Kingdoms of Secrets first draft.
Because Kingdoms of Secrets and Kingdoms of Bloodlust, it's siblings. So like their story is like this. So I have to know what happens in order to make it work.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I feel about jamming together and playing Dirty, because they are interconnected with each other, like to the point that all of playing Dirty happens by the end of jamming together. Not the epilogue, mind you, the literal end. And then they jump forward 6 months for the epilogue, where you're going to be introduced to Riley, your favorite character. You're going to be introduced to Riley in this book, but towards the end of it. Please send it to me.
Oh my gosh.
This now is my favorite comment of the day.
Perfection. Beautiful.
I will read that fan fiction from the first letter all the way to the last letter.
Bookmarked.
And I will love every minute of it.
Print it out.
I will hang it on the fridge. Look at this. I'm so proud of it.
Masterpiece.
Oh my god. That's
good. Because the other Kingdoms book is done, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do with the fourth one, because I just don't know what these two characters, like, their relationship is. So I need to figure that out.
Excuse me?
It did. You didn't know?
Before Wicked for Good? That is rude. Well, FNAF comes out before Wicked for Good, but I don't care. I am so sick of waiting. Anyway, I need to go watch that as soon as this is over.
It's very good. I got sent it and I was like, I'm scared.
The first movie was actually really good.
The game traumatized me, so I don't want anything to do with it.
It traumatized me too, but here's the thing about my trauma. Sometimes I enjoy my trauma.
I enjoy other things.
I call myself a masochist jokingly, but I don't think it's a joke.
No, probably not. I just torture myself with my books.
Yeah. Well, I put my own trauma in my books. So there you go. And this one's great because Charlie has anxiety and Griffin has depression. And I'm like, you two are a match made in heaven because that's what's going on in my own head all the time.
Masterpiece. Perfection.
Perfection. I'm also giving her a story from my actual real life history. And it has made this thing in my life so romantic that I might actually like get a tattoo of it, which I never would have thought in the past. But I don't know. I keep coming up with ideas for tattoos that I might get at some point, and I never actually do it. Like there are a couple of Disney related ones I would want to get. This one,
I've told a couple of employees and one of the managers about like the books, but not like everything about the books. So it's become a joke that one of them yells at me every time I announce a new book in the series, which is the one that I sent you the screenshot of.
Yeah.
And so the other one was like, "Oh, I know a good idea for your tattoo that you'll never get." And I was like, "What?" They're like, "You just start off with like one book, and then each book that you like create, you get another book tattoo. So it just like goes up your arm. Like it's beautiful. I love it."
Yeah, one of the Disney ones I thought about putting like on my forearm right here, along here, and it would be like that, those heartbeat tattoos, but it would be, it would go Cinderella's Castle, then Spaceship Earth, then whatever Tower of Terror. There we go, and then the Tree of Life, which is all of the icons of the Disney World parks. I've also thought about, yeah.
Got the poster in for that.
So excited about it. It looks stupid, but
the first movie was stupid. So like,
I still watch the first. Well, I don't watch the first movie, but I watched the remake in 2023, and I still watch that to this day because I might watch it tonight.
It's such a good movie. Like it's so fun.
It's so stupid.
It is.
But anyway, the other one I thought about was getting the like Rafiki drawing of Simba, but specifically the one from the Broadway show. So basically the icon of the Broadway show, or one of the icons of the Broadway show, and then putting above it "Remember Who," and then at the bottom "You Are."
Ooh,
yeah, because both of the, because that's the thing is like, if I ever get a tattoo, I want it to be like something really meaningful, because if it's going to be on my body for the rest of my life, I want it to be something, not that people don't think about those things. There are people that don't, more power to you. There are people that do, but like I keep putting so much thought into it that I can't make the final decision, because I'm like, chances are good I'm not gonna be able to handle the pain very well, and so I'm only gonna get the one. So like,
I might be. I don't know. That's another thing that I'm curious about. Like, how well will I handle the pain?
Well, to be fair, I have a high pain tolerance, I think. I mean, getting kicked in the head multiple times in your entire life from competitive fighting will do that to you.
Oops.
Well, plus I've had constant back pain from martial arts since I was like 10. So like, I think I have a pretty high pain tolerance, and it's going to be really funny because like, let's just say I had a procedure that most people that get this procedure are like, it's the most painful thing I have ever experienced. It's basically childbirth in the opposite direction. We're just going to put it that way.
Oof.
Not as dramatic, obviously, because it's not as big. But I've heard, I was told numerous times, it feels like torture. It's extremely painful. Like it's the worst. And I went through it, and I didn't have any numbing agents because they don't do that for that area. And yeah, it was painful, but I was like, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm alive. We're good.
I know I've got a higher pain tolerance, so maybe I'll be fine. And my other problem is my mom's biggest fear. She's like, what if you like it too much? And I was like, then I'm going to have full sleeves in a matter of a year. Like,
right? Like that's inevitably what happens. Cause like the one
I have friends that
she just got one and she's already planning her second one. It's like, yeah. That would probably happen to me too.
I would say I have friends that happened. Like I have a friend literally that was like, I'm just going to get a tattoo because I just feel like it. And now she has full sleeves. And that was never her intention. So if I just walk in one day to the live stream, like, hey, look at my full sleeves. Don't be shocked.
Like,
anyway, shall we bring in our guest?
The guest who hates me?
Okay. Will I ever get a tattoo?
Everything indicates no.
Will I?
Will Kay ever get a tattoo?
Yes.
Will it be books up their arm?
Looks like a yes.
Oh, okay. So you're going to go with that idea.
I do like the idea.
It's a great idea.
It is a great idea.
Will I finish The Unwritten Rules of Jamming Together?
Most likely a no.
Plot twist.
Dun dun dun.
Like
Ooh.
ever?
Everything indicates no.
So you will eventually finish it.
Okay, wait. Will I finish it eventually?
Looks like a yes.
Okay. Will I finish it by the next live stream?
You know the answer.
That's not an answer.
I have no idea.
You ask it some questions this time.
Will I finish Bloodlust?
I don't know the answer.
Hates me. It hates me.
Definitely no.
I guess he did not like my burp. Wasn't it a good burp?
Yes.
Thank you for at least showing me some respect. Will The Unwritten Rules of Jamming Together be the best book I've ever written?
Most likely a no.
Is it going to be The Unwritten Rules of Hooking Up?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because that's the one I think is currently my best book I've ever written.
Hey, there you go.
So basically, Jamming Together will not be as good, which is fine. It's fine. That's
You don't
fine.
have to have
It's never as good as
masterpieces
the
of
original, right? Except for Back to the Future. And the original series trilogy for Star Wars. And the prequel trilogy for Star Wars.
Which I'm stoked. We're playing Revenge of the Sith in theaters.
I saw that one 3 times in the theaters. I saw Phantom Menace once, Attack of the Clones twice, and Revenge of the Sith 3 times. 1, 2, 3. I was so proud of myself when I came up with that idea.
Beautiful.
When I was a kid. I was like, this is how. Well, it was because I saw Attack of the Clones twice, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to see Revenge of the Sith 3 times. And my brother-in-law goes, because he's the one who saw it with me the second time. He goes, okay. Well, it was him and my sister. I did not go on a date with my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law and my sister and a couple of their friends, I tagged along like the weird ass teenager I was. Okay. Who's like, I want to hang out with my sister and her adult friends. My sister's 4.5 years older than me. Anyway, my brother-in-law is like, what if you don't like Revenge of the Sith? And I was like, Mark, I will like it. And he's like, what if you don't? And I'm like, I better like it. So
It's funny. Yeah. I already bought my my cup and my 10. Because I got the 10 for the episode 1 when it came out. A New Hope. Not A New Hope, the Phantom Menace. We never played Attack of the Clones though for the anniversary.
How dare you?
I'm so confused by that.
Will I like the new season of Doctor Who?
I don't know the answer.
That's not
valid.
Fair. Will I? Will it be good?
No.
Oh no. What happens? I'm scared for you.
So good though. You're gonna ruin my life. Shuti Gatwa is like one of my favorites already.
Will I come up with another book?
No.
Oh, okay. Yay, it ends on 11. Wait, no, it can't end on 11.
Will they have to go to 15?
Yes.
So you're not going to come up with another book idea. You're going to come up with 4.
Well, you know, there's this other ruler, and then if Bloodlust keeps going, maybe it's gonna be 2 books. I don't know anymore.
I quit this live stream.
So let's see. I think if I need like 4 more books, we've got the other ruler. And then maybe we do. Oh, I was gonna do. Wait, did I already include? Hold on.
You don't even know what's in your 11 books.
I do, but I kind of forgot. Which one is the more recent one? 7, hold on, 7, 2, you. Load up the thing. Load up the thing. Draw.io.
My muscles hurt.
Drop
My big power muscles hurt.
Oh, I did add it. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that's right. I forgot to add the other one. What color should it be? Because these are all color coded.
Oh yeah, I should probably bring up Excel and probably add in Playing Dirty.
I have to move everything down and make room of Kingdoms of Vengeance. It's either going to be Kingdoms of Vengeance or Kingdoms of Revenge, and I can't decide which one I want to do because there's already the Blood Mage in her Revenge, so that feels a little bit too close to it. So I think it should be the Kingdoms of Vengeance.
Let's ask the chat.
Chat, what do you think? Kingdoms of Vengeance or Kingdoms of Revenge? Taking into mind there is already a book going to be called The Blood Mage and Her Revenge. Please tell. I'm taking answers now. Okay, I need to move this up, and then you can move up, and then you can move down a smidge. Oh no, I just messed everything up.
Oh my god. There are Excel documents in the document recovery thing back from 2019.
Kingdom of Vengeance.
There you go. Oh my god. Okay, but question is, where is my thing? Because I'm not seeing it here.
That's what I was thinking. Because I didn't want it to be too close, and then it also feels like it's more of a vengeance thing than a revenge sort of thing, because it's a little bit different. Because the other one is very much revenge. Why is there an arrow there? Hello? Why is there an arrow there? I have an arrow. I don't know where there's an arrow. I'm gonna have to get rid of it. There's a mystery arrow.
Oh my goodness. I think I remember that. I don't know why. Okay, that was empty. Never mind. Marketing things.
Where's the paste?
Blurbs, audiobook, audition scripts.
Let's do. That's too bright of a blue. I don't like that. Okay, so it can't be that because it has to be Kingdom because it has to go with the flow of the other names. Because we got Kingdoms of Betrayal, Kingdoms of Secrets, Kingdoms of Bloodlust, and then Kingdoms of Vengeance. I like Vengeance.
Don't mind me. I'm just going to be looking at apparently Excel documents. What is this?
I can't spell.
Oh.
There you go. Vengeance. There is, okay, so most of them are kingdoms except for the Vampire Domain, but that's involved in Bloodlust. So, surprise, surprise.
Those are video
Vampires and Bloodlust, weird.
Oh my god, these are video ideas that I've never done.
Like gasp.
I'm gonna save that.
Because then we got that book. So that's that one. So I did add that. So now we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, all 11 are now present on my little timeline thing, which is just a visual representation of where everything goes. Kingdom of Retribution. Ooh, I like that. That'll be book 12.
Come on, we gotta get up to 15.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like the Hunters could have another book.
Did I lose my timeline?
You know the answer.
That's what I'm afraid of.
No.
I'm having another meltdown right now.
Did it save it in a weird spot?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
OneDrive. Is it on your laptop? Just your laptop?
No, because I did it on this computer.
Oh, I have an idea. Can you hold on? I have to remember how things work. If you go to your file explorer and go to quick access, there should be a section that says recent files.
What?
Your like folder to look at files and stuff.
Uh-huh.
There should be a section on the left with all the like options. It should say quick access.
Uh-huh.
Click on that and it should show recent folders and then recent files.
No.
Ooh, Kingdom of Deception sounds good.
I do not see that.
Oh, RIP. Deception sounds good. Actually, deception would work better instead of vengeance. I really need to figure out those two characters because like they're just existing right now and there's like a bunch of chaos involved and I don't like how it's going, so I need to fix it.
Oh my goodness, my old video schedule.
Oh.
Well, we don't need to save that.
If you open Excel, it has most recent things that you've loaded, right?
Would you just stop? I don't need it. Well, yeah, that's why I loaded up Excel because I couldn't find it when I was looking at my recent saves. It's not in here. Because I got my video ideas, which I just pulled up. My books read for the year, my something else that I'm working on. I'm not gonna talk about the internet. My daily word count, which I haven't updated in a minute. I need to go back and do that. My movie advent calendar, my spring schedule. What is this? It's literally from when I went back to college.
Why is it showing weird old stuff?
I don't know.
What a peculiar arrangement.
Yeah. So it's just very weird. Okay, it's got to be like I mean, obviously, I'm just gonna have to figure it out. There's also like stuff from GeekCon, which I haven't been part of since 2017.
I was about to say. What?
Is this the really big document that I came up with? Oh my God, it is my big document I came up with. Oh, I do still have this. I thought they took this from me because I thought I saved it in the shared drive that they took me off of when I left GeekCon.
Oh,
that's fun. Oh, this is fun.
So funny. Draw.io is so fun for using it to make like visual timelines. I love it. It's like flowcharts, but free. Although whenever you save it, it's created a monster because now I have book timeline version 7 out of version 1 out of version 2. So there's a bunch of numbers after the parentheses. Like, oh, I need to rename it. Get rid of the other versions. Blah, 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 blah. I could do like standalones.
Sorry, I'm just really distracted by this because I came up with this really great system to figure out like what guests would make best sense to bring to the convention based off of like how close they'd been to their most recent thing, how many different types of things that have they been in, their geographical draw, like how close have they been to Madison for a convention, and then figuring out all of those and concocting points to figure out like the best options to bring into GeekCon over the years. Dude. And I would just every time I got a new request for a guest, I would put them in here and start doing that research, to the point that my co-chair of that department, if you know, you know, she ended up doing one of those, like, I wish I had the kind of time you have. And I was like, I made time to do this, to make our job easier. Like, I also love Excel.
You do.
Oh my God, I love Excel.
You love it so much. Excel queen.
I'm the Excel queen.
You are.
I have my SD card footage, which I have not updated that in a million years. Seriously, what happened to it?
It's somewhere in your folder. It's got to be.
But you would think that if I pulled up Excel, that it would be in my like recent.
Do you have it pinned on your taskbar?
Excel?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
No, I do not.
Pin it on your taskbar. I want to see something.
Okay.
Then right click it.
Okay.
Does it show up on the options that popped up?
Same ones that I'm seeing in the recent documents from actually having it loaded.
Boo.
Yeah. No.
Disgusting. Okay. Well, it was worth a shot.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in your computadora.
Unless it's not.
Oh, it's in there.
Well, what I'm trying to see from the wait. I found it. It's not. I found it in the autosave. I don't think I saved it.
Oh, Britt.
I know better than that, but I found it. We're good. I'm saving it now.
Do you not religiously hit Control S?
For how many times The Sims has crashed on me, you would think I would like obsessively save shit.
I obsessively save stuff. Like I did my back up your stuff, guys. I did that yesterday because I was like, I haven't backed it up since our last stream and I need to back it up because there's so much stuff and I don't want to lose any of it. I'm gonna cry if my laptop dies. I'm legit gonna cry. And no, I am not, because XL and I do not get along. I am the Word doc monarch.
You are the monarch of a lot of things that give me anxiety when I try them.
Like what?
Whatever it was I loaded onto this computer, or maybe it was that computer. I don't remember. What was it? Was it this one?
Oh, was it
my
Obsidian?
laptop? Maybe.
Okay, in fairness, Obsidian is only good for making a timeline thing. I love Loreforge a lot more.
Oh my God, I have way too many documents on this computer up.
But also,
I do have Loreforge, and I did play with that a little bit.
Loreforge is a lot easier to mess with than Obsidian. Obsidian's a bit much. It's a little much.
I have way too many documents up on my laptop right now. I should probably close some of them down. I just had to minimize so many things to get to my desktop.
There's a button for that.
There, now it's saved.
Yay! Thank goodness for autosave.
Yeah, I started just looking at the like dates that I started looking at the dates of the document recovery, and I found one that was 3/23 of 2025, and I was like, that might be it.
There it is.
Now I do need to figure out what color I want to use, though. Nope, goes here.
Purple.
I'm using purple for selling the lie.
Blue.
Using blue for hooking up.
Yellow.
I don't have yellow. No. I didn't want to put it there. Gosh dang it. Good Lord. Stop.
No.
Excel, work with me here. Thank you. That's all I wanted from you.
Fight.
Playing dirty. All right. Do we give this one? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's funny. Look at the stars.
Starts here.
Look how they shine for you. And everything
Fill in
you
all the specifics. I just don't have the specifics yet.
It was all yellow.
There we go.
I have to organize mine by color, and then also the Kingdoms books are sharp cornered, and then the Hunter books are round cornered, so I know what they're for. It's great. It's fantastic. We love it. It's dramatic.
Between October of 2026, I'm just putting it in present day, October of 2026 through April of 2027 is when Playing Dirty takes place.
Nice.
Based on how I have Jamming Together set up. So
I don't have my years yet. I need to figure it out.
But the nice thing is you get to make up years.
I do. I get to make it up.
And again, I'm not making it specifically like these years. I'm just because I'm starting it in 2025. I'm not saying it's 2025. You know what I mean? Like in the book itself, I'm not saying it's 2025. I'm just saying like
modern day.
Modern day. So I'm just using our modern day. So the whole series takes place between October of 2025 through July of 2030.
Dang.
Takes place over the course of 5 years.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I wonder what's going to happen in 2030.
Riley's going to wear a suit. I'll tell you that.
Yes.
For a very specific event.
Yes. Winning.
So, actually, their book is probably the longest, like, because this is the epilogue, which is in June of 2030. And their love story, technically, well, the book, because that one's going to probably also, hold on. Wait. Yeah. So theirs basically starts August of that book starts August of 2028. And then goes through their epilogue is June of 2030. So they have a very long time in their book.
That's fun.
Yeah. So anyway, there. I gotta also insert a new right there. New sheet. Rename it. There we go. There. Anyway. So yeah, good. I'm glad. That was a meltdown that I didn't want to have.
I've been saved.
I do want to view these files later because some of them are back in 2019. I just need to go through those recovered documents and see which ones I actually want to keep because now I'm having the anxiety of like, what else have I lost? And I forgot about.
You never know.
Like, oh my God, I forgot about that.
That thing. I've already saved it. Leave me alone. Leave page.
Okay. So let's just recap. We both have ADHD and probably talked about literally nothing on this entire live stream.
We talked about a few things that are writing related.
Yes. Anyway, and then this is why it's a live stream and not a podcast because this podcast would be so weird.
They'd be like, what is the point of this podcast? There is no point.
We're the Seinfelds of podcasts. Or the Seinfelds of live streams.
It's about nothing.
About nothing. Okay. So Kay's goal. Finish Kingdoms of Bloodlust's first draft and maybe Kingdom of Secrets first draft. Complete the writing prompt. Actually make the attempt to do this time.
I will actually make the attempt, yes.
Okay. To be fair, I wrote mine this afternoon, so
At least you wrote yours.
I mean, very haphazardly.
Still, you did it. I just wrote 60,000 words of other things.
There you go. My goal, finish the first draft of the unwritten rules of jamming together, write, an average of 2,000 words a day for the year, and complete the writing prompt.
Yes.
Even if I have to write it the afternoon before.
I believe in you.
Yeah. All right. It's almost wine time. And by that, I mean 25 minutes away.
Wine time.
Unless I'm just going to say that I'm on the East Coast, then it's already half an hour late. So,
oops. How dare you?
So yeah, I've been starting my wine a little late, because I'm so into writing after work most days that I'm like, oh my God, it's like 7:00 and I haven't had wine yet.
That's funny.
I forget. Oh, do we have any other questions? We got distracted.
Well, I finished Kingdom of Secrets.
Looks like a yes.
Hey!
It likes
me.
Doesn't like me today.
That's okay. It's preparing for June.
Will my Unwritten Rules series go viral and be the reason that I can be a full-time author?
Everything indicates no.
At least you're happy about it. Will at least go viral and make enough money to at least increase my income?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, all of you will need to help with that. Anyway, what's my favorite wine
buying it.
brand? I don't have a favorite wine brand, but I do have my favorite grapes. So I do like Shiraz. Shiraz, there we go. Which are the same grape. It just depends on where it's grown. So Shiraz is grown in Australia and Syrah is grown elsewhere. I like Cabernet Sauvignon. I like Petit Syrah, which is different than a Syrah. I also like the Marquette, which is actually a Minnesota grape. And all of these are really dry, dark reds, by the way. I also like Zinfandel, which, funny story, I was out on a date with this guy I was seeing quite a few years ago. He was like a friends with benefits thing. We'd see each other, we'd go on dates when we see each other because he lived far away. Anyway, but we were on a date together and I ordered a Zinfandel and this server comes back with a white Zin, which you can make a white Zinfandel, which is actually a rosé. I do not like white Zinfandel. It tastes like cough syrup. The only rosés I've ever liked have been the ones at the vineyard that I invest in. Which is Sovereign Estates, which is usually if I'm going to a wine tasting or you see me doing a short form vlog drinking wine, that's usually where I am. Sometimes I go to a couple of other vineyards that are in the area, but that's the one I'm usually at. Anyway, it's so funny because I actually said that to the head wine maker. I don't like rosés. He's like, you haven't tried one of my rosés. And I was like, you're right, because I don't like rosés. He's like, and I was like, and I went, oh shit. He's like, yeah. Like, oh, damn it. You're right.
That's
anyway, so I will drink their rosés when I'm there. I drink red usually, but I will try it during a wine tasting or whatever. But anyway, so they bring this pink wine to me and I'm like, I didn't want a white Zin. I wanted a Zinfandel. And they're like, there's a difference?
Oh, no.
And then, so the guy I was seeing is like, oh, no. Do not. I was like, that's fine. I'm not going to go into a lecture. Anyway. But yeah, so I like dry reds. I will drink a white. If I drink a white, I like, again, I like the stuff that we get from Sovereign Estates. And I don't just say that because I technically invest with them. The reason I invest with them is because I like them, obviously. And by what I mean by investing, I pay $200 a quarter. It's not a big investment. I'm not part owner. But Anyway, and then like very few rosés. But yeah, I don't like Merlot. I don't like Pinot Noir. I also think it's funny. There's also this really funny story of when I went back home to where I grew up, Breezy Point, Minnesota. There's a bar there called the Commander. And my best friend's sister was having her wedding reception at the Commander. And so my mom and I were there, and my dad couldn't make it. So it was just me and my mom at the Commander. And I don't think I've ever, until that day, no, I had to have legally drinking at the Commander. The Commander was well known in the area of being like drinking age is 21-ish. Probably should be shut down. Anyway, so we were at the Commander and my mom goes, "Oh, I'll have a Cabernet Sauvignon." And the server goes, "Which one?" My mom goes, "What? You only have one." And she's like, "No, do you want the Cabernet or do you want the Sauvignon?" It's one grape. Cabernet Sauvignon is one French grape. And she's like, "I'll check with the bartender, but I'm pretty sure it's two."
Oh no. Oh no.
Mom and I, it's been more than 10 years, and my mom and I still talk about that. Not more than 10 years, because I was working at Petco at the time. Because that's also, I was 2 wines in, and my boss called, and I shouldn't have answered. My boss called, and I answered, and he's like, "Any chance you can close tonight?" I'm like, "Jonathan, I am in Breezy Point, Minnesota." He's like, "Well, where's that?" 3 hours north, 3.5 hours north of where you are right now. And he's like, "So if you left right now, what time could you get here?" I am also 2 wines into a wedding reception, Jonathan. Was my manager. Because I was a department manager, he was a store manager. And he's like, "So have a glass of water first?" I'm like, "Jonathan, I'm not getting behind the wheel of a car."
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so I don't have a favorite wine brand. I try a lot of celebrity ones, which I found the most recent one. I tried Cameron Diaz's. It's called Aveline. It's good, fine. I've tried Kevin O'Leary's wine, which is Mr. Wonderful on Shark Tank. Maybe I've already had too much wine. But yeah, I try. I've also had Francis Ford Coppola. It's hit or miss with me with Francis Ford Coppola. My favorite boxed wine that I get right now is Pandora's Box is what it's called, and I get the Malbec. It's my favorite. They have a red blend, and they also have a Cabernet Sauvignon. I am a firm believer. I'm not like a wine snob where it comes to like boxed wines are sacrilegious. I'm not that kind of person, because honestly, it is the most cost-effective way to have wine. And if you're paying more than like $60 for a bottle, you're paying for a brand. You're not paying for the actual wine. Mm-hmm. The sweet spot with bottles is you want to be between like 15 and 60 bottles a night.
Oh my God.
$15 to $60 per bottle. Because anything above that, you're paying for the brand, and anything below that is not going to have the kind of like quality to the wine itself. So, but yeah, that's all my tidbit about wine.
Fun facts with Britt.
It's my favorite alcohol of choice, because I can have a lot of it and not get drunk. And I can also have a lot of it and get drunk.
That's so funny.
But I also don't like getting drunk on wine, because the next morning is also just the worst, because when you drink nothing but red wine for the most part and you get drunk on it, not only do you get a hangover, but there's also stuff in red wine that tends to give people headaches.
Which is why I can't have any grape juice if I've already got a slight headache.
Yeah, because it's in grapes. It's a thing in grapes. I don't remember what it's called.
I don't.
But yeah, it's a literal thing in grapes. And from what I understand, the process of rosé and the process of white gets rid of that stuff. So it's only red wine that actually affects people the way that it affects people, which is funny because the first time I had white wine, I got a headache.
That's funny.
It's also why I didn't drink white wine for a long time.
Makes sense.
So back in the days where I'm like, I don't drink any kind of wine you can see through. I was trying to make it funny, but the reasoning was because I got a headache the first time I had white wine, and I was just too afraid to ever drink white wine because I was afraid of that headache.
That is so funny.
Was it causation or correlation? Don't know. But either way,
we don't know. It's a mystery. It
happened. It's anecdotal, but it happened. So anyway, yeah, that's my little spiel on wine.
I have no spiel on mine because I don't like any of it. At least the ones that I tried.
Yeah, when it comes to boxes, I stay away from Franzia. Franzia is not a good box wine. I like Black Box a lot too, and I also like Boda. Boda is another one I really like for box wine. Those are good. Those are good box wines.
I like flavored ale. That's my thing.
There you go. I don't mind lager when it comes to beer. I like lager. Not lager. What am I talking about?
I don't know.
Not lager. What's wrong with me?
I don't know.
What is Guinness? Stouts. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Stouts.
Don't ask me. I don't know. I don't drink a lot.
With beer, I like stouts.
Every so often, I will get one.
So I like dark alcohol, I guess. But I like stouts. I don't mind like Stella Artois, which is I don't remember.
We sell it. I don't know what it is.
I don't remember what it is.
It's a thing.
I think it's an ale. I don't like anything too hoppy. I like things malty with my beer. And when it comes to vodka, I like potato vodka and I like rye vodka. I like rye whiskey. I really have found out recently-ish over the last couple years, I have found out that I really like hard liquor. It's like whiskey, scotch, brandy.
My ex let me try it. I was like, nope.
Yeah, I don't know why, but there's something about the burn that I like. I mean, I also really like, Scovilles that exceed what any human should have. So maybe I just like to destroy my insides.
You just like to suffer.
I just like it when food and drinks burn my soul.
See, I like the spicy foods, but I don't like the spicy drinks.
You're in Texas. I think it's legally mandated that you enjoy spicy food, right?
I mean, I put jalapenos in my popcorn sometimes.
It's where Tex-Mex comes from. Tex-Mex.
Literally.
So, do I just like to destroy my insides because I'm a masochist?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Chewy's! Yay!
I don't know what that is.
It's a restaurant.
Okay. That you didn't take me to, clearly.
You had very specific demands for food.
That
true. Was not on the list.
I did have very specific demands for food.
Next time you come down, I'll take you to the good Tex-Mex places. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay.
To be fair, there was that one day that we thought we were getting together with my coworker.
But then we had sushi,
But then we had sushi, and I fell in love with a robot.
You did fall in love with a robot.
And now I get to see the robot because that's the sushi place. Remember when I was telling you, I was like, there's a new sushi place at the Mall of America that's a revolving sushi place, but I don't know what it's called. I don't remember. And then I found out, oh my God, it's the one I went to with Kay.
Yay!
Now it's mine and Nikki's like favorite place to go.
It's so good. I wish I tolerate sushi more. I think the seafood, the seaweed, oh my gosh, like upsets my stomach or something.
Was that my Smallville being delivered?
OMG.
I got so many texts from my sister.
Text message mania. Ba, ba, da, ba, da.
Ooh, yes. And the thing I need for for making the rest of dinner.
Let's go.
I know the entire series of Smallville on Blu-ray.
Congratulations.
Because Hulu hates me.
I need season 2 of Arcane to be released physically so I can buy it.
How was that? That wasn't good. It was like a 4.
Your burp?
Yeah.
Oh, I barely heard it, so 2. Do better.
Get better.
Get good.
Get good, scrub. Anyway, so also I'm on the hunt for a new cover artist. I think I found my new cover artist. I just need to talk to this person.
Exciting.
You know, I'm really excited about it. Yeah, I'm very excited for my new cover artist because I like their art a lot. Their art is very fun, and they do romance. They can do a full wrap, which, mind you, when I did this wrap, had this wrap be done, this was done by the same people that formatted the book, which I'm like, I still love. So even if they couldn't do a full wrap, that was not a problem because I would go back to these people in a heartbeat. They're still who I'm going to go to for my formatting. But I just don't need the wrap anymore because they'll be able to do my wrap.
Yay.
I'm excited. I just need to reach out to them and be like, hey, let's talk money. Money, 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 honey.
Ooh la la la.
But they're in the price range that I was hoping to be in. Not quite the same price range that I was with my old cover designer, but my cover designer has not gotten back to me. So I'm guessing it's time to move on, which is unfortunate because I really liked her art too, which is of course this art. Me too.
Yay. Ooh, hologram cover. Special edition. Did I tell you?
No.
The book series I'm obsessed with has an omnibus version now.
I got an omnibus for Narnia one time and I hated reading it.
I'm not going to read it. It's going to look pretty on my bookshelf.
Okay, if you're just getting it for the looks, go for it. Because the omnibuses are not.
No, that's thousands of words. Absolutely not. That's thousands of pages. I am not thumbing through that.
So was Narnia. All of Narnia. No. All of the books.
Yeah, no.
No.
No, thank you. Pass. That's why whenever I bought like the omnibuses for the manga that I got, I was like, why did I do that? Now I don't want to read it because it's this big chunky guy.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like I got the Inuyasha Viz Bigs, which are like 3 or 4 omnibus omnibus sizes, and but my plan was to never read it because I already read it. The whole point was to spend the money to buy the series that I read illegally online. Anyway, okay, so that's it. Do we have a date for May? No,
because I couldn't remember when you said we couldn't do in May. And so
why couldn't we do?
You had something in May, I thought, or was it June? There was something. I don't remember what. Because last month you were like, yeah, in April I'm doing this. And then in May I'm doing this. I'm like, okay, cool. Immediately forgot the May one.
Am I forgetting? Oh, I'm getting that procedure done. But that's like May 2nd. That's like right away early May.
Oh, well, then that wouldn't have worked anyway.
No.
Let's see. Let me pull up my calendar.
Am I forgetting something?
Maybe I just made you think that you're forgetting something.
I have stuff in July because I'm going to Madison in July.
Well, maybe that's what it is.
And I wanted to go back home in July, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think I have anything in May.
Okay, maybe I'm just getting my months mixed up. This is very possible. Okay.
Maybe.
The only day that I can't do is the 10th. I can do the 17th. We've got a staff meeting, but it's like super early in the morning.
May.
So whatever weekend that's not the 10th. Or obviously the very beginning.
And that's the only weekend that works for me in May. Just kidding. Because I have all this stuff going on in May, don't you know? Jeez.
I picked their date.
May never. I mean, we could just keep it at a month, so the 17th, or if the 24th makes better sense for you.
I think the 24th should be fine. We can do that.
Okay. Yeah, because if the 17th, that way you can just not deal with, I mean, you can deal with your work stuff in the morning and then just relax and write the rest of the time. And we can do the 24th.
If I'm not working.
Don't you usually not work on Saturdays?
Depends on if Boss Man is present and accounted for, which is why I worked yesterday.
As we're working our way into the summer blockbusters, I'm guessing you actually have to put in a few more hours during the summer blockbuster time, don't you?
Yeah, but I mean, May, the only big movie that comes out, I think, in May is that very first weekend. It's a Marvel movie opening. So I think the next one's not until June. June, every single weekend has a movie releasing. And in July, I think almost every weekend there's a big movie releasing. So those I'll have to plan around to make sure that Boss Man is not there. So but we should be fine. We should be fine.
That's the nice thing about working Monday through Friday is the weekends are just always open.
You know what I thought was funny? Because Boss Man wasn't here this weekend. And so it was kind of funny because it's like, oh yeah, last year I was also the big boss during like this weekend time. Ha ha hee.
Rude.
But I was on PTO. So I had to do everything because everybody needed everything. We're so needy. So needy.
Yeah.
Oh well.
God, by the time you guys see me, next time you guys see me, I'm going to be very different.
Gee.
Just kidding. At almost 39, I'm finally getting my wisdom teeth out.
Hey, you're going to have less teeth.
I'm going to have 4 less teeth.
Congratulations.
By the next time we do a live stream. Remember when it was exciting? By the next time we have this live stream, Kay and I will have met in person.
Now it's like, we've met. Yay. We have a picture together. It's great. I think this is the only picture we have together because we weren't like really.
I took a few others during the because if you remember, we took a couple of silly ones but while we were waiting for the eclipse when we were like looking directly at the sun. Those came up on my memories recently and I was like,
"Aw."
Because obviously it was a year ago on the 8th. So like when I was looking at my memories, like, oh. But yeah, then we were like leaving, like I was getting out of your car at the airport. We're like, we never took like a nice picture together.
I still forgot to get you to sign my book, so that's fine.
I guess I just have to come back to Texas. Or you can come here.
I could come up there. It would have to be during the summertime so I don't die freezing cold.
No, but here's the thing. You come here to an exotic place you've never been to before. You meet a pretty girl. You fall in love with her. And then you move here. Oh, I mean, it'd be one-sided, so.
It's fine. It's fine. It'll be awful because then I gotta move all my physical media stuff. That's the worst part about me moving.
Yeah.
Because I got games and then the CDs are off to the side and then all my movies, all my books, which I keep buying more physical books.
I have been living in a tower of boxes for the last like 9 months.
Box tower.
Because of all of the things. Because my parents are like, we're almost done. You should start packing. And I should have taken a hint that they didn't start packing.
It's fine.
I remember keeping stuff out. Being like, I might need this for Twin Cities Con, so I'm going to keep this out just in case. Oh, that's silly. I'll be up there by Twin Cities Con.
Oh my gosh.
And now we're 6 months past that.
Oops.
I'm still living in this.
Box tower.
So actually, it's probably been more than 9 months. It's probably been nearly a year. I want to say I started packing in like July of last year.
That sounds about right.
Is when I started packing.
It's been a bit.
It's been a bit. I've been living in this hellscape.
Boxscape.
It's been almost a year since U-Haul started to wherever it is.
It's right there.
Started to sponsor our live streams, which is a joke, obviously. This live stream is not. I paid a lot of money to U-Haul. They did not pay me any.
No money was had on the receiving end.
That is such a missed marketing opportunity for U-Haul. For all their spokespeople to be sapphic.
Right? Like Subaru.
That is a missed marketing opportunity.
Big dumbs. Maybe they're afraid. Cowards.
Anyway, okay. So May 24th, 2 p.m., unless for some reason we move it to a Sunday. And usually that reason is Kay.
I am always the reason. I'm the reason for the season.
Anyway. All right. I'm going to go write some more and
Me
finish
too.
dinner.
I'm not gonna finish dinner. It's too soon.
It's been cooking slowly all day.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom though. I drink too much water.
Yeah, this got pretty empty. I filled it right before. I like water. I'm so spicy. I still need to buy that because I need that.
I should buy it for you for your birthday.
I mean, I wouldn't be upset about it.
I didn't think you would be.
And to answer my own question, no, the David trilogy is actually not ghostwritten.
Good to know. Shall we end?
We shall end.
This is the
Thank you all for joining us for this ridiculous live stream. We had a great time. We'll see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.